cards. I'm just looking across their beautiful open deck lists here
Yeah, we
and
can
seeing what
see
they're
what
playing.
they've brought, which was a difference for the last THL tournament I did, where everything was on the fly. So
Yeah, nobody likes that.
no, closed deck lists make a caster's life very interesting. But we can
Yeah,
see everything that they have today,
yeah.
and
And they'll be going with bans shortly here, so it looks like we've got just about everything here. In position running a token druid, an odd rogue, a control warlock, and a spell hunter. And Tomlock also has odd rogue, a tempo shutterwalk shaman variant. We've seen a little bit of that.
good shaman,
Um,
I believe it's
yeah, good
called.
shaman, Mally druid, and even warlock.
Interesting. So, well, they both have a druid, they both have a warlock, and in both those scenarios, I've got to say that Tom Locke's druid is favored against Imposition's druid, and Tom Locke's warlock is favored against Imposition's warlock. They both do have the odd rogue, and I believe that's very interesting. Tom Locke has chosen to not run Myra's unstable element in his odd rogue.
Interesting. Maybe he
Wait.
doesn't own it and he's not willing to cough up the
Oh,
deuce.
okay. So we need to talk about Imposition odd rogue.
All right,
He's
let's
got the
take a
heal
closer look.
package. He's got the heal package. He's got voodoo doctors. He's got happy ghouls. He's got crystallizers. He's got
I saw this.
he's got fungal enchanters. So he's kind of gone for a odd zoo rogue type deal, which is quite interesting. Of course, it's still got things like the Hench Clan Thug. There's a Leroy. There are Cold Bloods and Deadly Poisons. So the normal odd rogue stuff. But instead of things like Blink Fox, Vicious Fledgling, Cobalt Scalebane, instead there's the kind of Zoo's heal package to allow for a bit more unfair stuff in the early game.
Yeah, that's so strange. I saw whispers of this somewhere, maybe on the competitive Hearthstone subreddit or here, there, or somewhere. Someone was talking about the heal package
Somewhere on
and
Reddit,
odd
probably.
rogue. Someone was talking about the heal package and odd rogue, but it doesn't make nearly as much sense as it does in Zoo, because Zoo actually has quite a few cards that can hurt yourself, and of course life tap if all else fails. This seems to rely on either hitting something with your weapon. There's not always a minion to hit, or the crystallizer. Yeah.
The Crystallizer, which does make an appearance in Tom Block's odd rogue as well, but his is a lot more of a conventional build, minus the Myra's unstable element. So I'm very interested to see how Imposition's odd rogue with that package does play out. Could really go either way. And then the kind of unique classes for each player. Imposition has a Spell Hunter. You know, it's just kind of it's Spell Hunter. It's the same thing. It's got one new card in Secret Plan, which gives it a little bit more consistency in the early game. But besides that, it's very much, you know, the same old stuff.
Yeah,
And
Spell Hunter has not really changed much at all, other than
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I mean, they got rid of Arcane Shot, which was kind of a card that they just ran because they needed to fill out the deck to begin with. So it's been an improvement in that front. But Tom Locke's unique deck is the Good Shaman, Ike's kind of tempo Shudderwalk.
Yeah, you know quite a bit about Shudderwalk Shaman, so I'm guessing you've played this tempo variant here.
I've played a fair bit of this one. Yeah, it's quite interesting. It makes for a lot more swings than Shudderwalk Shaman of like the OTK variant is known for. It can do some really absurdly unfair things with like Corridor Creeper and Unstable Evolution in particular, or Corridor Creeper and Thrall Deathseer. You can chain together. There's a lot of inbuilt synergy within the deck, which allows for some serious, ridiculous stuff to happen. Besides that, you have like just a lot of good cards. That's why it's called Good Shaman. You have Fireflies, you have Keleseth, you have Mind Control Techs, you have Saronite Chain Gangs, Fungal Monsters, Giggling Inventors, Lich King, and then at the end of it, you just have Shudderwalk as instead of a kind of OTK, just like recycling that life drinker damage over and over again. Instead, it's just a big kind of board refill. Because
it can recycle the Thrall Deathseer Battlecry. I've never really seen the full potential of it going off. I've either beaten it or been beaten through other means.
Yeah, the Thrall Battlecry in the deck is kind of a misnomer, as is the Hagatha Battlecry, because what actually happens, more often than statistically should happen when I'm playing the deck at least, is if Shudderwock puts the Thrall Battle Cry towards the start, it stops because Shudderwock is transformed, so its Battle Cry ceases.
Oh, it's like Yogg.
Yeah, it's exactly like Yogg.
How interesting.
So what you really want is for all the other Battle Cries to go off, and then Thrall to just make this
Especially
humongous board.
the Giggling Inventor or Serenite.
Yeah,
Basically, you just get a bunch
yeah.
more minions. And...
Yeah, so the Chain Gang's Battle Cry, which Shadowwalk means you get a bunch of 9-drops, and then the Thrall Battle Cry would mean you get a bunch of Snow Fury Giants. As now there is an 11-drop minion in the game, all the Shadowwalks will be double evolved into Snow Fury Giants.
Okay, fair enough. I guess, I mean, that's probably fine. They might get hit by the Hagatha, so good to evolve into that.
Yeah,
I'm going to refresh the page here and see if they banned anything yet. Looks like they have. So the control Warlock of Imposition's gone. I guess that makes sense if Tomlock expected his Mally Druid to stay up or something, but it did get banned. Which I think makes sense.
I'm actually quite interested with the control ban. Because the control lock, very interesting, it only runs one copy of Demonic Project and no copies of Gnome Feratu. So this is a much more kind of board control rather than an anti-combo deck. So maybe someone was actually expecting his... Well, because his Malagos Druid would do very well against this deck. With no kind of combo disruption besides the one copy of Demonic Project, the Malagos Druid would do very well. But it would do very well against the kind of board-based Shadowwalk Shaman with 2 copies of Twisting Nether in the deck. But the Even Warlock and the Odd Rogue would both probably do quite well against it, as well as the Malagos Druid, so I'm quite surprised to see that ban from Tomlock. Then with the ban of the Malagos Druid, and that's obviously a nod to the fact that Imposition, his Warlock does not have any way besides that one copy of Demonic Project to deal with the Malagos Druid. The Token Druid is heavily unfavored with Spreading Plague, obviously. The Spell Hunter is hugely unfavored with all that armor gain. The Odd Rogue, it's normally unfavored against Malagos Druid. I can't speak for whether the heal package kind of helps that matchup. Maybe making it a bit more like Zoo will kind of shift the matchup a little bit more in the Odd Rogue's favor, but like on the whole, he's very unfavored against that Malagos Druid, so I'm not surprised to see that one banned.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was actually starting to look over at Imposition now, wondering if maybe that Token Druid, assuming, I mean, the Even Warlock's just about the one good matchup for that there. I'm not sure how the Tempo Shaman will go because they will get ahead, but they'll have to worry about Spreading Plague constantly. So it could be kind of awkward.
The Token Shaman, the Token Druid, I think has 2 very favored matchups in the Odd Rogue and the Shadowwalk Shaman, but a very, very bad one in the Even Warlock. So that's going to be quite... While the Odd Rogue is favored against the Even Warlock, so this is going to... Like in Conquest, it always is going to come down to...
Oh, they're playing, by the way. We should get in there.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I was just wondering about it, and yeah, I was just wondering when they were going to start, and realized that they have. So let's see what they're queuing into each other here.
Hopefully, we have not missed too much. Oh, they've literally just started. That was a very good spot, Slimsh. So we're gonna have Tom Lock on the Tempo Shadowwalk Shaman. So we're gonna get to see this deck first. While Imposition is right up on the Token Druid straight away, and has got a pretty tasty looking hand so far. There's a Wild Growth, there's a Nourish. And
yeah, what more can you ask for, really?
That's all you really want from a Druid.
And you do want to be ramping into something eventually. I guess the question is that Giggling Inventor and also having Swipe. Yeah, okay, just keeps it all.
It might be that we slightly missed the actual mulligan, and that was the...
Maybe.
So, can't say that for sure, but he does have Coin Wild Growth, into Nourish.
Okay. Seems quite reasonable, and Tomlock is not going off too quickly here with any minions other than just the hero power. But if Tomlock can find his way to a Fungal Mancer, it's generally
Yeah.
just not bad at all.
Yep, Fungalmancer is probably the single best card against Druid.
Mm-hmm.
The Tar Creeper is probably going to come down, but Tomlog is developing minions, or maybe he's going to think about the Gluttonous Ooze, just as a little bit more offensive threat.
Yeah, a little bit more offensive. The Tar Creeper would only be that if it were to get Fungal Mancered, but if you could get Fungal Mancer on the Serenites, or actually the Gluttonous Ooze too, to have 5 power against a potential spreading.
Now, Slims, you were talking about
Oh my
you
god.
needed something to ramp up to. The card that you ramp towards has just come into.
Alright, perfectly reasonable stuff here then. And Imposition's even setting up a potential swipe.
He can play Violet Teacher swipe on the following turn. That is disgusting.
Seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah,
Because Violet Teacher's really not easy to deal with if the Fungal Mancer is going to get played.
There is a Biology Project in the deck, which I did not notice. That's probably just not going to be played. Imposition has gained enough mana without giving.
Yeah, he's gotten four empty mana crystals and 2 turns away from 10. Oh, he's doing it. I don't know about that. He's getting right to the UI, but I don't know if it was necessary.
Yeah, I thought the Violet Teacher swipe looked more than enough, really.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Violet Teacher is about as good of any hex target as there is. Yeah,
in a deck with very few minions, hex on the Violet Teacher, or a 5/5 from the UI, or Arcane Tyrant is pretty much it.
That's it, yeah.
And Tom Locke needs to know. He knows what's happening right now.
Well, yeah, if a Druid would only Biology Project themselves, they would have been at 9 mana. Biology Project got them to 10. Yeah, there's really only one thing that can mean.
And here it goes.
Ooh. Although, no, I mean, there'll be a better Soul of the Forest after all these cards get drawn, and the traits aren't half bad either.
Yeah, once Wisps comes into hand, once Spreading Plague comes into hand for position. Spreading Plague does indeed come into hand, as does Wisps. So, Imposition's looking like he's going to have a pretty solid turn on the following turn. And I don't really see any reason to hit into this Chain Gang. No.
Yeah, no reason.
Ooh, now, do we get the 5/5 or do we get a Frost as Tom Locke? I think you have to go for it, though. Tom Locke is very much on the back foot here, and he needs a serious.
He needs the 5/5 badly.
I guess the second best outcome, but I think
it pales in comparison, but it's pretty good. Yeah, just gonna clear the board. But it'll be easily refilled here. So is Imposition now going to go for the Whispering Wood Soul of the Forest? With Branching Paths and Savage War in the hand, it seems...
No, I think the Spreading Plague is better because it does allow you to get the Arcane.
Oh, true, with the Arcane pickup.
Yeah, the Arcane Turret off the top. Oh. Interesting he did not go for the Soul of the Forest there. Maybe he feels like he's going to get the Soul of the Forest another time.
I just think the swipe is a little bit more worthwhile to protect more of these into...
Tom Locke does pick up another Fungal Monster, but he really needs something else. Spell damage off this totem roll would be pretty fantastic to pick off this Arcane Tyrant, but unfortunately does not get it.
Healing Totem's kind of nice. Now let's see, the deck does play some Lightning Storm. It has Hagatha as well, but even they wouldn't be quite enough. Oh, gonna double Lightning Bolt that Arcane Tyrant, huh? Yeah.
There's a lot of respect for that Arcane Tyrant.
Tom Locke finally has some board, and he just wants to hold on to it.
This looks like a very promising Wisp's Soul of the Forest.
Oaken Summons is going to pull what now? Another Violet Teacher?
Yeah, there are only 2 copies of Violet Teacher. With the Biology Project, the Ironwood Golem has been solidly cut from the deck, I believe. And Imposition here is comfortable to throw out 1 Soul of the Forest with the knowledge that he has the second one in hand. And there's very little punish for this. And like you say, with Savage War and Branching Paths in hand, it's just really a matter of time. Tomlock can throw
Right.
down some taunts, but then he is out of cards.
Yeah, if the Giggling Inventor and Fungalmancer can stay protected by these taunts somehow, though maybe a
A
Thrall.
Thrall, yeah, that is looking like the out at this point for Tomlock, because even if he does clear this board, Imposition has Wisps, he has the second Solar Forest in hand, just ready and waiting. I don't think he's going to let rip on any buff stuff this turn. He
Mhm.
could even use a second Solar Forest on this board.
Maybe branching for some draw at this point, rather than saving it for the attack. But yeah, second Soul Forest. It's almost too many treants at that point. But yeah, after making the trades like this, it would make
Yeah,
sense.
he can Spellstone and use the second Solar Forest to just make a very resilient board. So this looks like the Violet Teacher is this.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this board, yes, like you say, this board will actually produce variants.
Okay.
It's a bit more. It's a bit more than you need, but
I guess, okay, so yeah, if you can set up a board like this, clear all the taunts easily.
yeah. And crucially, Tom Imposition was able to hero power down 5-drop there,
Mm-hmm.
which would have been very good with this unstable evolution that's just come off the top for Tomlock. But yeah, this is a really dire position to be in.
Yeah, so I don't even know what this unstable evolution.
That's a
Can
good start.
Hey, you keep that.
Vexcrow! The Vexcrow is going to produce a board.
Oh, why the totem? Oh, to evolve the totem and just get random.
Double Defias Ringleader, is it called?
So yeah. Now I think the point is to get one of these to be like a despicable dreadlord.
Wild Pyromancer!
Jeez.
It can clear some stuff off.
I like how the crow is laughing as this happens.
Manatide for some card draw.
Okay. Gonna keep the Manatide around, keep the Pyromancer around.
Yeah,
Maybe
this
evolve.
Is...
Oh, gonna get a random death rattle.
What
Wow,
is
this is really stupid.
This is incredible.
Get that Shroom Brewer back and another random minion and the Manatide up. This is just what
And the
Unstable
taunt!
Evolution can do.
That was, quite honestly, the best unstable evolution turn I've ever seen happen. The Vexcrow into the Wild Pyromancer into killing off all of the Death Rattles. That's both Soul of the Forest gone for Imposition now. He no longer has any way to produce a resilient board. He does have a second Ultimate Infestation, but he might have to use the Savage Roar just to make his way through this board.
The Savage Roar and the Branching Pest, so all of these will be to 6, which is a little overkill to get through the one taunt, but...
There's 2 taunts. There is the Stag, so 3 of these are going to make their way through the 3 taunts.
And then Imposition can take something out with his face. He's going to take out the Crow because the Manatide is free, and you can just ignore the stupid Murloc.
The poor Primal Fin champion. No one respects the Primal Fin champion.
Yeah, we like test subject now.
Yep, and Tomlock is kind of back to square one. He did survive that huge push with an incredible turn of his own, but now he needs to do something, and Imposition has the best refill available in the game in this second copy of Ultimate Infestation.
Yeah, so perfect for the second Whispering Woods too.
Yeah, but so if Tomlock, however, can pick up one of the copies of Lightning Storm in his deck, or indeed Hagatha, then these Whispering Woods can actually be dealt with.
I think Giggling was probably the UI target there.
But... yeah, killing the most expensive minion, it has to look pretty promising.
Yeah, because there is another evolution.
Yeah, does not get the Taunt Totem there, which I think he really desperately needed. So
a very useful top deck with no spells. Although maybe if a Lightning Storm follows it up.
Well, if there is an opportunity for a Lightning Storm to follow it up, so we do see the second copy of Savage Roar available for Imposition off that ultimate infestation. So with the 9, which is board,
Yeah,
that's
9 will
on the
stick
6th,
around.
15, 16. That's going to be 1 off lethal for imposition. So if he gets the second copy of swipe, which he does, that is just going to
Yeah.
close out the game.
There's branching pads too.
Oh, it's branching. No, branching paths is not in
Another
hand.
one. Oh, it's
Yeah,
a
there
top
was.
deck potentially. So he had 5 cards left and 2 outs, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, so 40%. Has he? Imposition is just miss lethal.
Oh, well, that's
Well,
unfortunate.
we've still got a game on our hands here.
I don't think he'll be punished though, because well,
No,
Hagatha.
like you say, the Lightning Storm or the Hagatha are extreme punishes for missing lethal here. The Lightning Storm does indeed come down straight away. Doesn't even token.
Jeez.
That was. I think that was just a little bit too rash of a snap pick.
Yeah,
Does
yeah.
not roll the spell damage, so it's not really a punish. But I think Tom Locke, he was thinking about what's my out in this situation.
Yeah, I'd be just as excited to be top decking that Lightning Storm as anyone. What's the Savage for now? It's only 3 plus. It's still 1 off. Yeah.
Yep, still 1 off. And I wonder if
But what if
imposition is.
you?
I wonder if imposition is looking at the Savage draw now, thinking, "Wait, did I miss lethal?" And maybe
Yeah.
that is playing on his mind at this point, because imposition is very much running out of cards.
Yeah. So this will demand another Lightning Storm or Hagatha. And I mean, Jasper Spellstone doesn't have much more to hit at this point.
I mean, it might do.
Because if there is a spell damage totem, that makes the second Lightning Storm much more likely to be clearing this.
Oh, goes for the card draw. Gets Malfurion. That's going to be huge. Does get the second branching paths. Hasn't played an elemental this time.
No elemental.
Okay, this game really came a lot closer than. Honestly, it should have done.
Yes, because I mean, Wild Growth, Nourish, Biology Project.
I think that was a turn. I believe that was a turn 5 ultimate infestation.
It was.
But that unstable evolution turn was quite honestly the most absurd thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's like extremely like top-notch Trollden worthy clip there.
That stuff can go on Trollden. Like he evolved into what, a 6-mana 5/12, followed by a Vex Crow, which gave him a Wild Pyromancer to clear the board off.
Yeah, the Vex Crow was really helpful.
Vex Crow was
Pyromancer,
insane.
because you could have definitely gotten Pyromancer off of a totem, but it would have had to be immediately. Whereas the Vex Crow gave a few opportunities.
Yeah, the Vex Crow just kept churning out 2-drops, and like imagine if one of those 2-drops had been a Radiant Element or a Sorcerer's Apprentice.
I wonder what Tomlock was thinking about there. Like exactly what minions do I want to evolve, and what am I looking for? Maybe it was exactly Wild Pyromancer, because.
I mean, I think in that position you don't really have the time to be thinking about what minions do I exactly want. You've just got to go with it and adapt your game plan as you see things come out. Because there's just so many possibilities. Like, you see a Wild Pyroman and you think, okay, that's a really good one. I'm going to use that to clear off some stuff.
Yeah, you gotta go fast, because there's animations and stuff with the Vex Crow and the ultimate.
So many animations. Like, that took a full, 90 seconds, that turn from Tom Locke.
It did.
But now...
Okay, yeah, Imposition still has the healing Odd Rogue and the Spell Hunter.
Yeah, so Imposition is actually, like we were saying, he dodged the really bad matchup of the Even Lock there with his Token Druid, so he's probably going to be very happy to get that one out of the way quickly. Because he doesn't want to end up in a game 5 that's Token Druid versus Even Lock. We're going to get into game number 2 right now. It is 1-0 to Imposition, and Imposition is going to be on the Spell Hunter against Tom Locke's Odd Rogue. And once again, Imposition is queued into a really favourable matchup.
This is exactly the matchup you want to see with the Spell Hunter. It can be doable against Even Warlock. It definitely has the tools, but it could be a little rough though.
Early fledglings and early cold blood.
I wonder if Tomlock will be tempted to. Oh, did he mulligan already?
No, this was a 4 keep, I believe.
Squire with cold blood can be very tempting.
Yeah, it's incredibly difficult for Hunter to deal with without exactly Candle Shot, which we do not see in the hand for Imposition. He does have the Wandering Monster, and I find Wandering Monster is, ironically, a bit of a trap when he is a Hunter, because it is your best secret, but it's not a spellstone, and the spellstone is by far and away the most important card in this matchup.
Oh wow, we even ditched the bow too, and very rewarded for it by finding things like the candle shot instead. I
Yeah,
thought the bow would be pretty reasonable.
oh, and imposition I do believe is going to tracking for a spellstone, and if he finds a great position, however he does not find it.
Okay.
Animal
Animal
Companion
Companion.
is a nice proactive play. Odd Rogue doesn't really go very wide, so Unleash the Hounds is often kind of unrewarded, and Kill
Yeah.
Command is just its removal in this matchup for the most part.
Yeah, so Animal Companion is probably going to be the best one. I think besides the tracking, I might like to see a candle shot. Instead, it can just be pretty good in general at breaking down ones, but candle shot can wait.
Well, I believe the main thinking behind that is he has a double secret in hand. He really wants to get that spellstone, and tracking like the secrets can wait.
That's fair enough.
Or the candle shot can wait even.
Yeah, fair enough. Because Wandering Monster does get dealt with pretty easily with the dagger.
Yeah, and now the fact that Imposition has this explosive trap with a candle shot equipped means that he can. And he's rewarded in the most emphatic fashion for holding off on the secrets here.
Yeah,
But
you can play both of them
like,
next turn.
Oh, but this is risky. There is he's allowing the Flappy Bird to hit face for almost no reason.
This if this Animal Companion was a Huffer or a Misha was never going to be guaranteed and would have been dealt with.
Yeah, but this is it is kind of an unnecessary risk.
Yeah, I would have liked to see the
he's valued mana efficiency ahead of something else, and the Flappy Bird gets Wind Fury as a result.
Yeah, I think one of the secrets would have been good, especially, probably the explosive.
Yeah, no, the explosive would have been a guaranteed. It would have allowed the Flappy Bird to not hit face under any circumstances. Well, now it is going to mean that the Flappy Bird cannot hit again.
Yeah, it didn't find any health, so Imposition's telegraphing pretty hard what's going on here, but there's not much that Tomlot can do about it ahead of Fungal.
Not attack. Yeah,
just waiting for a Fungal to buff it.
And which we can see is not even in hand, so unless one's drawn here, which allows kind of Tomlot to dictate his plan accordingly, he's probably just going to have to proc these secrets. Because he can't afford to wait around. You've just seen a Hunter play double secret going into their turn 5. You know what's coming. And
because if he only wanted to clear the fledgling, then just the explosive would have been good enough.
Yep. Yeah. The second one was very much a telegraph that, yep, this is happening.
Yeah, so just the 2 Fireflies are going to come down.
Just the one.
Saving all of them to activate whatever combo.
But does it matter against 4 3/3s? You got a 1/1 against 4 3.
So Cobalt Scalebane can go into this. Don't trade, so it'll contest one of them and just start to sort of race.
Yeah, but this is a race that the Rogue is very much losing. With To My Side in hand.
To My Side is just like a Leok and a Huffer. Even Misha will hold things off too.
Yeah, there are a lot of good options. Like pretty much every combination of Animal Companions from To My Side is good in a different way, because the Hunter is just so far ahead right now that they'll take pretty much anything.
Yeah, like Leok and Misha would prevent damage and push some damage. Huffer and Leok can clear the Cobalt Scalebane. Huffer in general is pushing damage if you get the Leok with it, or the Misha with it, so...
Yeah, Leok and Huffer... Oh,
he's not going for it, though.
Interesting.
So, probably doing a Hunter's Mark, then. I would imagine.
I definitely imagine so. And I guess what... I'm really not sure about the snipe. I'm also really not sure about kind of playing the control game.
What was the other option other than the Wandering Monster? From the
misdirection.
A misdirection, okay. So I guess snipe makes sense.
And
I think trading into the Firefly is a little suspect there.
I would have liked to just go to my side and
Oh
really
yeah,
just race.
yeah.
Because with so much damage presented on the board, and even get some card draw from the Wandering Monster. Okay, so that's kind of an indirect reward, and yet Tomlock's just going to throw away that game, and that's going to be a quick 2-0 to
I've seen
imposition there.
some. I've seen some seriously ridiculous wandering monsters. Sometimes it's an acolyte. Sometimes it's a howl fiend.
Sometimes, oh, Halfiend's the best. Sometimes it's just a humongous Razor Leaf. And you just have this 3-mana 4/8, which can't do anything for the
Yeah.
entire game, just sat
Unless you
there.
can find an owl off your build a beast or something.
Oh,
Okay, so imposition only needs to win with this odd healing rogue.
that yeah, it does. And so, question is, what does Tomlock feel is best equipped to deal with this rogue? Of his own odd rogue, of his tempo good shaman, or of his
Mhm.
even lock? The even lock is, I imagine, going to be kept right till the end. That's not a good matchup, and Tomlock's probably going to want to build up some momentum. Or it might be that he feels like he's got to win with it anyway. He'll bring that one out first. But no,
Yeah,
he's
true,
going for the
true.
shaman. It very much has the tools to kind of high roll its way out of this matchup. It's got early game, the Fireflies. It's got some taunts like Tar Creeper. There's a
Yeah.
Gluttonous Ooze to kind of counteract the weapon. But this hand from Imposition is insane. He's got double
Yeah,
Thug. And in aggressive
think-
matchups, that's really what you want.
I think you're keeping all of this. It's just completely
May-
reasonable all the way around.
Maybe not the South Sea Deckhand. That's the only questionable one. But the Firefly and the double Thug, I imagine, are going to stay.
Just not sure if there's a lot better than the deckhand, but I guess
Cold
it's
Blood?
not like, yeah, it's not like other shamans where they don't even play things like Mana Tide, like weak things to hit into. And as far as the totem goes, you could just use your dagger if you want.
Yeah.
So Tomlock
Tomlock's-
threw away one Firefly and kept the Tar Creeper too.
And the Crystallizer is going to damage Imposition's face and allow him to potentially heal himself at a later, which is quite a novel approach to it. It is also a 1/3 that you get.
Yeah.
1/3s are very good. Tomlock
Yes,
does have the
the-
Hagatha.
There's none of the healing synergies yet, but the 1/3 is better than the 1/2. Again, one healing synergy appears, but it's not the main one.
No, it is not. But the weapon coin deckhand is going to allow a full clear.
Yeah, this paves the way for the Hench Clan Thug, and actually has a board in place that can deal with the Tar Creeper, which is pretty impressive.
Yep. And now the Henchclan Thug. Like, these 1-drops have essentially done their... And now they can pave the way for the Odd Rogue to do their real
So-
stuff.
Just going to take a quick look at this healing Odd Rogue here. Yeah, it does not have the
There's no Argent-
the Blood Knight.
Yeah, there's no
which
Argent
makes-
Squire, there's no Blood Knight, and the
Mhm.
Samurai Chain Gang off the top for Tomlock there is pretty fantastic. He can
Yeah,
now go
the
into
Thug,
he can now go
it'll
into the
be
game
around, but
It'll be there, and there will be the second Henchclan Thug to worry about as well. And there is, of course, the option to Voodoo and
Yeah, I
heal
think-
the Henchclan Thug after it trades, which I think is a much more appealing prospect.
that
Yeah,
is a
healing
very
face.
good option here, and then you can just play the second Thug. You don't really need to swing in, but you're probably going to redagger next turn.
Oh yeah, I like buffing up these two thugs with the weapons.
Yeah, protect them against a lightning storm for sure, actually.
Yeah. Healing. Very much to play.
Because you never know.
Leaving up. Only leaving
And
3
is that
minions
double
on board.
MC tech in that list? Yes, double MC tech in Tomlock's list, so Imposition's definitely going to be careful about that in the future.
Absolutely. He's going to be keeping 3 minions on the board at all times, I imagine. And
So Giggling Inventor can absorb everything, and then you'll have her behind to maybe even evolve.
yep. Or at least Tomlock hopes. He has seen a deckhand, which is this
Wow.
fungal enchanter is actually really quite useful. Allows him
Hey.
to kill off one Annoyatron, pop the bubble on another, and then just heal his henchman. back up even further. So there's not going to be any prospect of even a spell damage lightning storm to deal with these stuff.
Yeah, the more you can heal these, the better, really, because there's not only the threat of a spell damage totem and lightning storm, but also lightning bolt, even.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like healing these up a lot. It
Yeah,
plays
me
around
too.
MC tech because it's not like you want to spam the others.
Yeah, going wide just isn't really appealing in this matchup.
Mm-mm.
Keeping 3 and like it's a 3/3 as well. That's the best minion in your hand right now. So I honestly kind of like I'm kind of liking this deck, Snitch. It seems to
Yeah, it might
work
be
in a very strange way.
might be something to try out, and it's not even that the Happy Ghoul went off. Okay, what Tomlock just wants a big old taunt. I'm thinking.
Spiteful Summoner is not the one.
Oh,
It gets the
he found something
charge
with
devil.
charge,
The charge devil sword is pretty big.
and he
Let's
can
see what-
continue to evolve it after the trade. Jeez.
Gets a big taunt, and he can even play Keleseth.
Or
No,
evolves
he's-
the Noatron. I like the Kalsa.
Are you really going to get anything better than Noyatron? Or even this? This is quite good, I think. 3/1 Divine Shield. It's very difficult for an Odd Rogue to do.
Oh, let's see about so this 3/1. Maybe you can get something better to deal with the Thug in the scenario. No, he doesn't even play the Flame Elemental in the scenario where there's a Vile Spine. But
4 drops aren't that really great. And
no,
now
they're
this
not.
Unstable Evolution, once again, just doing some absolutely crazy stuff.
So 1 damage off being able to deal with it with just the Cold Blood and the dagger, which is unfortunate. There's
like
no way
Imposition
to deal with
really
this
hates
Mastodon.
I feel like Imposition really hates this deck right now. There's 2 games in a row where it's done something absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah,
And
this
yeah,
is very, very
and the 10
ridiculous.
10 health is just so awkward.
Yeah. Wow, Cold Blood equals 2 damage here. Yeah,
Basically,
no Vile Spine really hurts there.
That it does. And yet,
And now
like this,
he'll extend into the MC tech.
and this 3/1,
No.
it's gonna allow a trade. The Gluttonous Ooze is pretty fantastic as well.
Yeah,
And
so
only Keleseth can get going.
Tomahawk
I
can
think-
really do whatever he wants. He can play this Kalseth. This Ooze could even do the evolutions if he wanted, but yeah, Hagatha's probably going to come down next turn anyway if there's any. It might not
And
be
in-
necessary, but it's good to hold it there.
And
Yeah.
honestly, Sims, I think what we're seeing here is
Jeez.
this odd zoo-ish rogue does run more 1-drops than a rogue list usually would, I think, with the Voodoo Doctors. It's got Voodoo Doctors, Firefly, Dire Moles, Crystallizers, and a Salty Deckhand. It's a bit
Yeah,
more
just the
than usual.
one deckhand, no squires, but the 2 Voodoo Doctors, so it is one additional 1-drop than usual.
Imposition's life total is getting really low.
Yeah, jeez.
Homlock's on 29 health. He can eat. This looks like a really good Hagatha turn to me. And
It
does look like
does.
Homlock agrees. No? I
He could also do some evolving shenanigans. It's
I guess at
completely
this
fine.
life total, anything Tomlock does is a pretty good position to be in. Maybe I think this is correct when Imposition is at such a low ticking.
Oh,
limit,
you don't want
it's
that.
not- I don't even know what that card is called.
Weak body. Oh, the what's his face? It's gone now.
Yes.
Oh, Curio Collector.
Yeah, does anyone know what that card's name is?
Curio Collector.
Yeah, Tomlock
I
is kind of
experimented with just a little bit.
taking the more aggressive line here because the 7 mana stealth is, I think, pretty appropriate. That's good. And Baku comes off the top position.
Yeah, the only way Imposition could have saved himself was with a fungal. Yeah, Imposition can see there's no way out. Okay, we're gonna have ourselves a series here.
We are on to game number 4. Imposition is going to be sticking with this healing odd rogue. Quite an interesting deck, which we've got to say whiffed a little on the draws. Had the amazing opening start of double 1-drop, double thug,
Hmm.
But after that, Tomlok did get a bit fortunate with that giant mastodon of the unstable evolutions, we got to say, and Imposition did not have the Vile Spine to answer it.
Yeah,
But
Vilespine would have been it would have been
different
completely
game.
fine if
Yeah,
that were
that
the
would have
case.
we
I'm
would have had
wondering
it.
how this odd rogue's gonna fare in the mirror if we get to see it, because I mean you have basically another copy of Dire Mole. The healing Happy Ghoul could be impactful, but I mean when it comes to
Again,
the mirror, like the cards that already get run in all the odd rogue decks, like Deadly Poison, are what ends up making the big difference anyway.
yeah, I imagine like the way that Zoo traditionally beats Odd Rogue is they go wide very early, but
Hmm.
Rogue's weapon can deal with it. So if Imposition can get that Happy Ghoul start with the something like Crystallize a Coin, Voodoo Doctor, Happy Ghoul, something like that will probably win the mirror. But if he
Hmm.
doesn't get that, then Tomlock's deck does run a bit more gas. He's got Cobalt Scalebane, he's got Vicious Fledgling, he's got Blink Fox, while Imposition's a lot lower curve. So if Imposition doesn't win this game quickly, I think it's going to go to Tomlock. But we're going to get right
Okay,
into it.
we
Tomlock
do get to
has the
see the
thug.
mirror.
Yep, Tomlock has
Has,
the thug in hand and quickly mulligans away everything else. Position has a Voodoo Doctor. I imagine you don't keep it when you only
no,
run Crystallizer as a damage mechanic.
definitely not. Deadly Poison is just so good in the mirror. Even going first and not having a one drop at the moment, I think he would still be keeping that.
Yeah.
And Giggling
And
Inventor is also kind of weird for Imposition because Tomlock is running
the
that Blood
double
Knight.
Blood Knight.
It's another advantage for him.
Yeah, Giggling Inventor, of course, has just kind of completely warped the meta and what
Yeah.
tech cards can or cannot be run. If you run a tech card and it doesn't deal with Giggling Inventor, you just cut it from your deck. Unless you're Schlemch, obviously. Then you run two of every single tech card.
It's good.
Double ooze
Like
and everything.
I like Ooze.
So,
Ooze just
so,
whoa. Imposition. Oh, we did keep the Voodoo Doctor. Sometimes these things are delayed. I saw that Giggling Inventor stay there.
yep. So does keep the Voodoo Doctor, but now what? What does he do? Does he just play a
He's
Voodoo
definitely
Doctor as a two?
he's not playing it on one. There's no way. There's absolutely no way that's getting played on one.
No, I've got to say I totally agree.
Oh, is he thinking about it?
I mean, it is always worth considering like every possible avenue of play,
Mm-hmm.
in, especially in mirrors. Like every kind of play can have pretty varied outcomes, but I do imagine.
Oh my God.
Oh no,
I
that's just
mean,
that just
nah.
feels bad as if you're in
I
position
guess
there.
there's no minion currently showing itself that can be healed, and there's no Happy Ghoul, so he just plays it out there, I guess.
It, it's like the thing of playing the deck hand. You know, it feels bad, but sometimes you do just have to seize board initiative. And Imposition actually thinking
Does.
about trading here, which I've got to say is I do believe never correct, and Imposition agrees.
No, no, no. Gotta get yourself damage for the Happy Ghoul, but for the Happy Ghoul and the healing that you'll have to find also.
Yeah.
Alright, so the Voodoo Doctor accomplished dealing 4 damage, just about as much as a deckhand would have. Speaking of which...
And we found it.
Is that?
I mean, what else is Imposition going to do here?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you can force that second dagger swing out and leave them without it for a little while. And force them to take 12 if there's no SI.
Which, as we can see, there are 2. But this is going to force Tomlock to use the coin, and perhaps he would not want to. Which is at least something, I suppose. And Imposition, looking at his hand, realizes that he's going to have to dagger away with double 5 drop in hand.
Imposition knew that no matter what the case, SI or no, there was probably going to be a...
Wow.
Oh, just keeping the Flame Elemental for another SI, huh?
Very interesting. And it's a
Or
play
just
which is
in general.
gonna... Yeah, with Vilespine in hand, with SI in hand, there's a lot of merit to cheap combo activators. But Tomlock just picks up the second Firefly.
It seems ideal, actually, going into the Fungal Mancer turn because none of these are anything that Imposition would want to take out anyway with the
Yeah, plus this
weapon.
kind yeah, as imposition on the previous play deadly, playing 2 health minions has a lot of merit
Hmm.
because he'll essentially be wasting damage at this point. And imposition is going to take the risk to play one of the giggling inventors down, and he's going to be rewarded with the knowledge that Tomlok does not have a Bloodlight in hand unless one comes right off the top.
Yeah, Blood Knight would be really devastating here because it'd be a big minion that Imposition can't deal with. But I mean, he has both the Giglings. He can't afford to be
Yeah, it's going to
holding
happen
them.
if it's. I do think that even though it feels bad, you should be killing one of these twos because they just make your Annoyatron so much better. And with Diamol into Giggling on the following turn, and the Fungal Monster in hand, and as well as being ahead on life total, you can afford to kind of sink some more damage in. But Imposition
Yeah, I mean,
disagrees.
I guess Fungal, it won't have
Yeah.
the immediate impact on as many of these minions as it could have, like with a Divine Shield and Oratron, but it can hit that Dire Mole, it can hit either of these, whatever Imposition wants.
And now Imposition has some choices to make of his own. A Fungal Monster and a Diamol does allow for a full board clear, leaving him with a what is it? A 3/1 Annoyatron and a 4 Giggling Inventor.
Okay. Looks like the Giggling's going into the Fungal. At least maybe. A Fungal with double trade would actually be pretty awkward.
Or he could trade in the Giggling Inventor and Diamol and Fungal Monster the Diamol, because a 3/5 is really, really hard for
Yeah.
Rogue to deal with. Unless there's a Vilespine in hand, of course. And
Okay,
Imposition is actually going to choose to leverage face. And when you can put your opponent at 10, not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, going for the faceplant with this SI drawn up now. I mean, that's 4 guaranteed damage next turn, and it would be pretty difficult for Tomlok to clear everything here, although the Vile Spine can do it
No,
without...
Flame Elemental Vilespine into the 3/4.
Yeah, you wouldn't even
trades.
have to sacrifice your face damage.
There is, of course, the argument to the Henchkin Thug and taking the 2 face damage, because
Okay, just 2.
just 2 means that he's dead to lose.
Just 2, meaning 1/5 of your health. Oh my god.
And the Deadly Poison is going to be...
The Deadly Poison just changes everything. For Imposition, there's no way... Okay, 7 damage... There's just... It would have to be Leroy double Cold Blood at this point to be dead, so yeah.
However,
Keep that other...
this very aggressive line from Imposition can be kind of punished by this
It
Giggling.
can be.
So I think he's got to... Yeah, the way he's approached this game so far, it would make very little sense to kind of divert game plan right now and switch to trading into a minion.
Yeah.
And if he does play the Diamol, he still has the second SI7 agent activatable.
Yeah, so Giggling Inventor will definitely be getting in the way. And you can feel pretty secure with these Annoyatrons up and set up a 2-turn lethal in the meantime.
Yep.
I don't... But Tomlok's going to trade. Is this still a lethal setup? Going
5,
down to
8,
16 with
9,
8,
11,
10,
12.
12.
It's actually 1 off lethal, the way that Tomlok traded there.
So he probably should have set up the lethal. The Annoyatrons were very safe. Because there's no Blood Knight.
So
No, like, Blood Knight Leroy scenario.
can Vilespine set up lethal here? So if he Vilespines 1 Annoyatron, it's another one, then he can do 6, 9, 10, 12, no.
No.
So we're gonna
So
dig
Blink
with
Fox
the Blink
then.
Fox. This is getting very, very tight indeed.
Yeah, no kidding. Cheap shot.
That's not
Oh,
very useful right now, but it
it's
could
just as
very
useful
well
as
be.
Vile Spine. So we'll probably go with Vile Spine.
And Valspine gets you a 3/4,
Yeah.
which is very relevant at this point.
Get through the one Annoyatron easily. The other Annoyatron can help deal with the other. You can keep the Divine Shield up
Yeah, the Divine
with the
Shield is
other
very
one.
important right now.
In
And
fact, you could even dagger it down because, I mean, 1 health doesn't.
two
The difference
essentially equals
between,
one. Two essentially equals
yeah,
one in this position.
some good
When
old
you think
fashioned
about
Amaz math here.
2 equals 1, easy.
2 = 1.
And this does very definitely set up lethal for the following turn. This Henchcomb
Yeah.
Thug hit, so it needs to be, and it's not. The Firefly once again off the top.
Yeah.
He did not need it.
In
And
position, would need to be playing Blink Fox here and get a Vanish, but he's not running Blink Fox.
I mean, a Vanish, a Head Crack, an Eviscerate, a Shiv. Oh,
Yeah,
that was one position where one didn't equal 2. Blink Fox into Shiv.
There you go.
Although,
Wow, so it's come down to a game 5 here now.
but the game 5 it has come down to is Odd Rogue versus Even Lock.
Yeah. This
It's
matchup
not-
can be very interesting depending on who has the coin and who doesn't.
Yeah, I think the best way for the Even Lock to approach this is to take a really aggressive approach in return.
Yeah,
Like, aggressively tapping to get out an early giant, especially with things like Sun Through Protector, are the best way for the Even Lock to win. If they try and play the control game, they pretty much always lose. So,
yeah.
it'll be interesting to see how Tom Lock approaches this. Whether he's just going to go all in on the Giants, or whether he's going to try and stall out the game.
Yeah, so
Because-
what's Tom Lock's Even Lock build all about here? Has the 1 sack pact, double demonic project. As
One
far as
Sun
2
Through
drops
Protector,
go,
one Sun Through Protector, one Doomsayer. This is a very aggressive
ooh,
build.
that's rough. Shadow Flame could be
Single
interesting.
Spellbreaker. He's got a Dread Infernal. He's got a Mossy Horror. He's got a Ice. He's got a Black Knight. And these are all cards which don't do so. I mean, the Mossy Horror is good for the aggressive line when your opponent is running Giggling in there.
Mossy Horror's kind of neat. Skulking Geist could be quite situational. You'd have to be in a pretty good spot to be using it already.
Tomlock he's chosen to keep a Twilight Drake and a Vog. He's also chosen to keep Defile.
Keep Defile.
Defile against Odd Rogue very rarely has like a nice setup, except once Giggling Event has been played.
Mm-hmm.
Double Homunculus is pretty nice for seizing some early, but you often don't really want to be playing it when you don't have those spellstones in hand.
Yeah, so he'll probably be tapping rather than coining them back to back.
Yeah. Crucially though, no giants are in sight. And you
Yeah.
really want those giants. Although I guess
Yeah.
that approach is significantly weakened with only one True Protector in the deck.
Yeah, definitely.
Is-
Tomlock is happy to be on the coin though, because it removes the option for a coin. Vile Spine Slayer is just always really, really good against Even Lock for the most part.
That it is.
Okay, in position going for the Flame Elemental against versus the superior Dire Mole here.
The Superior Mole.
The superior
And Tomlock
Mole.
picks up the spellstone. Oh, but there's the opener.
Yeah, you
the
always
Warlock
do
open.
this.
This is the Warlock opener. You see
Yeah,
a Warlock, you Cold Blood a 1-drop.
Yeah, and it's even better because there's a way to deal with the Homunculus, which would normally be getting in the way here, but
Double Spellstone with the double. That is a lot of healing available for Tomlock.
okay, so Tomlock can make it out of here probably. Can just play the other Homunculus and... Oh, that might be risky.
Yeah, playing the other Homunculus now that you've seen this Deadly Boy
Yeah,
happen, probably a lot worse.
yeah, that'd be no good.
He could coin out a Hooked Reaver.
That's ridiculous. If he had it.
I don't think I've ever seen someone coin out an Hooked Reaver. I've
No,
gotta say,
no.
was there some consideration for imposition to not hit him with the 1 attack minion there?
Actually, yes. I think there was.
Going into turn 3, and he had no way of dealing with a if Hooked Reaver had that been in hand for Tom Locke. So
Yeah, he could have overkilled it by quite a bit, but obviously
and
would prefer not to.
I don't think we've seen a Happy Gore in Imposition's hand at any
No.
point in this game.
Although it might be interesting on 6 to do Voodoo Doctor Myra's and go and find it. In fact, that might just be the play now, since such a great option has shown up.
I mean, now that there's a Fungal Monster, that's 100% happening. And then, yeah, Voodoo Doctor into Miles. If something else doesn't come off the top, probably going to see that happening.
And
Although,
I don't think he'll spare any damage.
no, this is going right to the face. He knows that there's only one Sun-Through Protector, so that's 50% less to play around. And when there's one of a card, you often just.
So it would have to be a Hooked Reaver, and it would have to, and you would have the dagger still, assuming he's not going to swing into the face.
No.
Well, the Myra's changes this turn entirely. It's just.
Myra's, I think, allows you to be aggressive.
Oh yeah.
Like you've got the plan B. You just stick to plan A for now. Hit the face as hard as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Make some 3/5s because those are pretty hard to deal with.
Yeah, much better against the Twilight Drake. Oh, he's going to kill one, which.
I don't like this at all.
Yeah.
And he's put the Warlock on exactly 15 again.
Right. So.
And he just made Defile so much easier.
Looks like it's going to be Defile Homunculus.
I do think so.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I'm really not sure about the trading like that.
Yeah, I think there have been a lot of like small things in the way that Imposition has approached this game, which I think I would definitely have done differently.
Okay, so there will be no Myras for this turn. He's just dumping the hand to get more.
Yeah, to get more value. Because this is what you can do with Myra's.
Yeah.
And Imposition is now pretty secure in the knowledge there is no Hooked Reaver.
Right.
I would think. I mean, maybe Tom Locke would still have gone for the clear line had it been there.
The good news for Tomahawk is now, since he played that other Homunculus last turn, it's a fully upgraded Spellstone now. If he wanted to go for it, looks like it's just going to be Shroom instead.
Yeah, I quite like healing when you're at 10 against an odd rogue.
Yeah, Defile will continue to be good if you leave the Voodoo Doctor up.
Yeah, but then you are kind of concerned about fun. Because this has been in the opening. This has been there since the opening hand, and he played one Fungal Monster, but there hasn't been an opportunity to play a second one. So that is a consideration. You know it's probably quite an expensive card, so you've got to be really concerned about or Myra's Unstable Element or Fungal Monster.
Okay, and Imposition does also play Leroy. That's a likely candidate.
Yeah. When you see a card that's been in the hand since turn 1, probably the first card you think of.
Exactly.
This does play around the Leroy. We finally see a Fungal Enchanter. We are going to see Myra's Unstable Element let loose. Double Vile Spine, we see a Leroy.
The Vile Spines are good. Cold Blood would have been nice, but it's gone now.
Gone forever. But does get the Deadly
forever.
Poison. And it's going to come down before the Skulking Guys can come down, which I think is very important.
So Imposition continuing to trade, has 2 minions up, which is good for
that Fungal Monster. There's the Hooked Reaver. But this is a very awkward turn for Tom Locke. 7 mana. That's very he can play one card essentially. And everything is susceptible to something.
So I didn't actually check to see. I think Imposition might have had maybe 18 cards or so left in the deck. The odds of getting 1 Vile Spine are pretty reasonable, I think.
Yeah, I think they're about 50%.
Yeah, I think it's 50-50.
I think once you've seen Myra's, you work on the assumption every bad card is in the hand. And as we see for Imposition, every possible bad card for Tom Locke is in the hand. He can play some Happy Ghouls this turn to just set up this turn. And he can because Imposition played that turn, he is actually in like a very kind of good position to take this game a lot more slowly now. Amusingly
Yeah, it's
enough,
kind of weird how that works out. He's
like,
gonna make
because
a
Tomlock
board.
is
Hmm.
yeah he makes this huge board, and he's gonna put Tomlock on 15 amusingly for the third time,
Yeah.
exactly on 15.
Yeah, it could have held
There's
back that 1 damage from the crystallizer. I don't know that it's that significant.
and that's been kind of a recurring theme throughout the game.
Yeah,
But
like,
I
was that 1 damage worth it?
and so
So, fungal.
on
Hey,
the
why
wild
is there no
side,
Light Warden in this deck?
that's a really good question. Why is there no late one deck? We'll have to ask in position at a later date.
I don't
That
know
just
if it's
seems
run as a standard, but as far as standard as odd healing rogue can be.
yeah, it's probably not a standardized deck. And yeah, I think that you've seen this. This Hook Reaver was drawn on the previous turn, and you would have Tomok would have played the second Hook Reaver were it there. So you're
Yeah.
just wild spine now. You have a
Yeah.
second wild spine to combo with Leroy on the following turn. So
And
this
there's absolutely no fear into going as wide as this is because both the files got played
yep.
and it's resistant to Hellfire. At least one minion's going to stick around. And Hellfire is just suicide, so.
Yep. And that's just game. I believe. Yeah.
The Happy Ghoul finally got in there. He's even golden.
Yep. Finally seen him.
What could you tap for at this point? Nah.
Nothing,
Sun Fury? No, it wouldn't be enough. You know.
there was no out in that position, and that
No,
was
I don't think so.
that was pretty much how we thought the game was going.
Myra's is definitely a big game changer.
Myra's is just a ridiculously powerful card. We all thought it when we saw it announced. Like this card's insane, right? We were all completely wrong about what deck it went in. We were like, oh, there's like going to be some crazy combos. Nope, you just play it Nod Rogue. Use it to hit people in the face.
Yeah. People got kind of excited about the
I mean,
idea
I've seen
of the lab recruiter and the academic
Pogo.
espionage, which
And the
people
Pogo Hopper.
and the
Don't
Pogo
forget the
Hopper.
Pogo Hopper. I crafted golden Pogo Hoppers. I have no regrets about doing. There is some pretty crazy stuff you can do with like burning your deck and then building a new deck. I've seen.
I was
people, like,
watching a dog stream at one point, and he did craft the golden Pogo Hoppers, and they do look great. They just bounce basically.
adorable. Yeah, they're just hopping around, as the name implies.
All right, let's see where the bracket's at now. That was a long series, so it's quite possible that basically everything else is done or close to it.
I would imagine so. So yeah, we've got one other series finished, which is the game in this half of the bracket, which was Bill Snyder has beaten Thunderfish 3-2.
Okay.
Just looking at what those two were playing. Bill Snyder was playing a Spiteful Druid, Aggro Mage,
Wow.
Quest Rogue, and just a Death Rattle Hunter, not the Mech Rattle Hunter.
Okay, that's a relatively aggressive lineup. If Quest
With
Rogue
Quest
can
Rogue.
count, if Quest Rogue can count as being aggressive.
It's more like a kind of like anti slow deck.
Yeah,
lineup,
Death
kind
Rattle
of.
Hunter can give them a headache between just the Death Rattle shenanigans making tough boards and Deathstalker Rexar.
Death Rattle Hunter and Quest Rogue, as well as Spiteful Druid, can like really play havoc with a lot of the slower decks. The Aggro Mage seems kind of like the odd one. It's got
Should we jump to another match in the meantime here? Lefty Darkhawk is 2-1. That might go on for a little bit.
perhaps.
I guess we could go there.
I guess we could. But yeah, in the other matches, Lefty is 2-1 up against Darkhawk, and Chesky and Armen Foul G. Don't know how to say that. They are 2-2. So we're gonna just jump into Lefty.
Sweet. Yeah, Amen messaged me the other day saying we were pronouncing things funny on stream. It's Amen Foog.
Armen
That's
Foog.
it. Amen Foog.
Armen Foog. It's just it's the capitalization. You know, it makes you think that it's separate. it's an
All right.
initial.
Yeah, it's strange. So going into Lefty versus Darkhawk, not really sure what has been going on here. We'll see what Lefty's won with already, because Lefty is playing Hunter at the moment.
Yeah, well, it looks like
So-
Dark Hawk is playing some kind of.
Odd Paladin?
No, it's
He
not
was playing
odd.
this yesterday.
No, he's playing Mech Paladin. It's not odd because his hero power is not upgraded.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I took the screen off here first. I just saw the Divine Fury. I know Darkhawk was playing it yesterday too. In fact, Darkhawk was playing like Zero Boomsday edition of Odd Paladin, or maybe that was someone else. There was a lot of strange stuff yesterday. Okay,
Yeah,
so
it
not the
looks
best
like
Kangors you've ever seen.
Does get a big taunt, but this board
Yeah.
from Lefty is absolutely insane.
Yeah, the board plus the fact of being Deathstalker Rexar.
Oh, and just in case this wasn't enough, Slimsh, that cube can switch to
Yeah.
Grizzlies.
Yeah, it has Grizzlies inside of it.
So we have just jumped into this game, but I think this series is about to end.
Yeah, Lefty's definitely about. In fact, I wouldn't be. There's got to be some sort of beast that's a lethal option at this point. And
You
Tundra
assume
Rhino
so.
seems like a good start.
Tundra Rhino is just good no matter what. Lifesteal and Rush.
In
is
fact,
always-
Lefty could suicide some of the board off and play
Yeah.
dead.
if he puts in the cube, if he put in the cube and got two
Oh,
more
well,
with
that's lethal no
Grizzlies,
matter
they
what.
would.
Just one play dead here. One charging Grizzly is enough.
Yep. Does Lefty spot the lethal? No.
Nah, Lefty didn't find it. He didn't need to though.
No, I mean this is one of those positions. You've won. Like there's literally nothing that Dark Hawk can do. These
Even
glow
if it was a
songs.
control paladin, it couldn't do it because the cube's just so awkward. You would need
No, you need Pyro Equality,
an owl
or Owl Pyro Equality. That would do it. But then you're still on 1 health. there's a lot of beasts that do 1 damage. And well, we've jumped into this game for a grand
Yeah.
total of about 1 minute, and that's going to be the series to Lefty.
Yeah, so it looks like Lefty's going to go through. Lefty has a Katharina type Death Rattle Hunter, as we see here, an even Warlock, and a
Quest Rogue.
that's a Mali Druid with an Azalina Soul Thief in it, but no Togwaggle. It's not the hybrid. It's just plain Azalina.
Yeah, he's got Azalina instead of the Lich King, which is kind of
Okay.
weird because Lich King is you're out in so many matchups.
Yeah, I'm a little confused.
We'll get to see how it works, I'm sure.
Oh, that's all the first round. In the meantime, while we were doing that, the Seski versus Amin Fug was decided, and Seski was the winner. Seski, by the way, similar
like
to yesterday,
18 legend.
rank 18 legend. That is not bad.
It's pretty good going. And what Chesky, I think it's Chesky, not Seski, I don't know.
Chesky.
What he's
Should be
been
an
playing
H.
is he's been playing. I don't really know what to quantify this warrior as. It's
Hmm.
like Recruit Warrior without the. It's kind of like a control. Quite a few things. No gather your party, no woe either.
But it still has
Yes.
big things.
Yeah, it's got quite a few big things. It's got
Boom
Geosculpt,
ship.
Yip, Grumish. There's no boom ship either.
There's no Woe Cleaver.
Yeah, there's no recruit mechanics. Nothing like that. There's a single copy of Dead Man's Hand, some big stuff, and then just Control Warrior. It's a very
That's,
interesting deck. I think it's just Control Warrior essentially. Like no infinite Dead Man's Warrior, no recruit mechanics, no Baku, none of that. It's just Control Warrior.
Very
is
weird. Boom,
interesting.
of course, is in there.
Of course, Boom's just amazing. He's also got a Control Warlock with a bit more of the anti-combo synergy. So there's a copy of Gnome Feratu. There's 2 demonic projects. There's Rin. There's Geist. There's a
Yeah.
lot of. There's an Ooze. This is a really anti-Malakos Druid war, which explains why he did not ban Armin Fugs. Malagos Druid, sorry. Then there is just normal, like OTK Shadow Walk Shaman. Always happy to see that. I'm a massive fan. and a token druid. So this is a pretty, like, this lineup seems a bit kind of going one way or the other. Like he's obviously kind of
Yeah,
he's considering Malagos druid quite a lot with like the warrior with or the armor gain with weapons project to remove the
I'm
twig.
just amazed by this warrior because
It's so
so
strange.
it's running Geosculptor. Yep. There's no
There's no bring it on.
there's no bring it on. Although I have seen scenarios where the weapons project can be pretty decent.
I'm well. I think what the next game we're going to bring is Chesky D.
Yeah. Sweet.
So we will see Chesky's Control Warrior, Control
I hope we
Warlock,
see that warrior.
Shadowwalk Shaman, and Token Druid. And the Token Druid is the one that strikes me as real. Because in like a target Malagos strategy almost, the Token Druid is just not very good.
No, because
So-
at any point, I mean, they've got Spreading Plague. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is kind of a interesting lineup. I guess the way that it's working out here, I think as far as these control warlocks go that are very disruptive, it's probably pretty good against rogue. It has 2 plated beetles and an ooze to help out the early game.
Yeah, I imagine like the Control Warlock just looks fairly solid to me.
Yeah.
It's got like a lot of good stuff. Like it's the main matchups it's going to struggle in are Hunter.
Just
in
a
particular.
typical Shudderwalk shaman here, not the tempo oriented version.
Yeah, with this warrior, with the druid, with the Control Warlock, I'm very much expecting Chesky to ban away lefties, recruit to Death Rattle Hunter. While with
Yeah,
lefties,
makes the world of sense.
yeah, that's just a horrible matchup for almost all of Chesky's decks essentially. Like it's slightly favored against the druid. It's pretty favored against Shadowwalk Shaman, and it's hugely favored against the Control Locks.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And then as for what lefty,
although that said, there is a quest
ban.
rogue, so those are 2 decks that Chesky really doesn't want to play against.
I guess given the choice between the 2, the quest rogue is not very beatable.
I'd probably
like the other, like Hunter might be.
Yeah. I actually yes, I'd completely forgotten about the quest rogue. The quest rogue will be the ban, and that's kind of one of the merits of bringing quest rogue. It's got such polarized matchups that it's often just an auto ban for quite a lot of decks. Really, we're in there's not much aggro right now. There's Odd Rogue and there's Zoo. If you want to bring aggro to a tournament.
Yeah, Odd Paladin just hasn't really fleshed itself out as being anything too special.
I mean, Odd Paladin in a meta where Druid is really popular. It's just so bad against Spreading Plague. It's not really a viable option. While Odd Rogue and Zoo can go tall with things like obviously Odd Paladin has the Fungal but they need to go wide and do their thing. And going wide just doesn't get the stuff done.
Yeah, aggro lineups are kind of weird because Zoo's best strength, at least why people will play it on ladders, because it helps keep some druids in check. But the other aggro decks just aren't quite like that. They have some weakness against it.
Yeah, the thing about druid is just its weaknesses are polarized. You have Zoo, but then you have something like Odd Warrior.
Let's see if they've banned.
I believe they've just entered the challenge. I've just refreshed, and we don't have any bans yet. But what do you think Lefty's going to ban with his
Lefty
Even Lock, Death Rattle Hunter, Quest Rogue, Mali Druid? It's definitely not going to be the Mali Druid band. And
no.
I think, well,
I think Lefty would prefer to avoid. I mean, Lefty probably can see that his quest rogue's gonna go down, so I guess
this is the thing that I think Lefty's in such a good position. It almost doesn't matter what he bans.
Yeah, I guess it could be. What's the worst case?
Like his Warlock is
for the even.
The Warlock. The even Warlock with is going to probably do very well against the Warrior. The Even Lock against the Shadowwalk Shaman's kind of 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
It's good against Control Lock because there's nothing like a Voodoo Doll in this Control Lock list, so early Giants are going to be very difficult for Chesky to deal with.
I think
And Even Lock is very good against Token Trade.
Shudderwalk Shaman can be okay
I think,
against Hunter. Maybe Lefty doesn't want to play Shudderwalk Shaman.
yeah, and Lefty's honestly in the position where I think Shadowwalk Shaman, that's just to take away a couple of 50-50 matchups.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like a huge, assuming the Quest Rogue is banned, like Even Lock is favored across the board, Death Rattle Hunter is favored across the board, and then Malagos Druid is.
It'll just depend.
there's a lot of good things for Lefty going in. The Mali Druid maybe is Lefty's kind of weak point almost.
The funny thing, Lefty's Mally Druid with that Azalina could do some
Really
crazy
weird
things.
stuff.
It just completely
And
depends. Like you could take their Doctor Boom and Omega Assembly or something.
yeah, or just the fact that this warrior doesn't really run very much armor gain.
Yeah.
There's 2 shield blocks and there's 2 weapons projects, as well as obviously the hero power and Doctor Boom. But Doctor Boom is
Yeah.
not consistent armor gain, so the Malagos combo, especially with Floop, can just completely probably OTK the warrior.
Yeah, although thankfully the twig probably won't be part of the picture. There is the double weapons project
Yeah,
to deal with
but
it.
you don't need the twig with Floop.
No, definitely not.
You've got Alex Straza, you have Floop. There's just so many ways of pushing damage, as well as just branching paths on Giggling Inventors can do quite a lot of damage for the most part. And we do have bans in.
There is one owl in Chesky's warrior.
Of course.
That helps against the Death Rattle Hunter.
Yep, it's a small throwaway. And as we predicted, Lefty has had his Quest Rogue banned away by Chesky, while Chesky has had the Warlock banned actually. So Chesky is going to be on Shadowwalk Shaman, Token Druid, and Control Warrior. Lefty is going to be Death Rattle and Even Lock.
I guess. Yeah, maybe it's just worry about how the Mali Druid was gonna go. With only one gnome for Adu. Yeah.
But with the double demonic project as well. It's probably it.
Alright, Lefty's just looking out for the Mali Druid then.
Yeah. That was probably like his weakest, shall we say, of his quite favored decks. Yep, they are in. And we are going to have Lefty on the bottom of your screens and Chesky on the top.
Let's see what they queue. So yeah, I'm happy to see that we can see this warrior here. It's very interesting.
Yep. So Lefty is going to start things off with a Death Rattle, while Chesky is going to start things off with a Shadowwalk Shaman.
Okay. Yeah. So Hunter can tend to do okay, as good as the answers of Hex and Earthshock are. Usually,
there is only a single copy of Earth. There is only a single copy of Earthshock in.
Usually, you can find a way to just pull off a cube play dead to play around it, but we'll just have to see.
Yeah, the Shadowwalk Shaman does kind of need to be fortunate. They need to get the early Earthshock is, I think, one of the most important things to get going.
Yeah, I think so.
If you trigger off the egg 1 or 2 times, then it gets very difficult.
Yeah, it might be extremely important here because the Terrascale Stalker and the egg, Lefty could hex the egg out ahead of the hex here, and only the Earthshock would shut it down. So yeah. Wonder why Lefty didn't play that Candle Shot on turn 1. But
good question.
It's fine.
I'm not very sure.
Well, Chesky could deal with the egg if he really wants to, but that is not really worthwhile here.
Doing here.
It's clear. It's very clear what Lefty wants to do. You'll never coin an egg like this out unless you can immediately activate it.
No. If you see coin egg, you know what's happening. You know that there is a Terror Scale Stalker in hand. If otherwise the hunter, if there was a play dead, they would save it for the following turn to egg, coin, play dead.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
Well,
that's one of like
thinking here.
That's kind of one of the downsides of I think playing Death Rattle Hunter is it is quite linear in the early.
It is. At least most versions are. Especially the Katharina ones. Some other versions can be a little bit different. It might be a loot hoarder here or there. Yeah, so a bit of a missequence there. The Lightning Storm could have high rolled. It didn't, but
it didn't. So it could have got 1 damage to the face.
yeah. Okay, another Terror Scale Stalker shows up, but Gluttonous uses the much better 3/3 for 3 in this case.
Or just going to Candle Shot and Terror Power.
Okay. Going to protect the Devil's Sword.
And
yeah, you're feeling pretty good against a Shaman that's overloaded so quickly like that.
Quite often, yes. Tracking is a pretty good way to get this turn going.
Yeah, what could get picked up here in the deck?
Second egg?
Yeah, that would be it.
A cube, perhaps?
Yeah, egg, cube, definitely looking good. This matchup, typically Deathstalker Rexar is really not shining against Shudderwalk.
No.
You've got to find ways to cube them out.
Often you really do want that 2 damage hero to show.
Yes, yeah. So I'm gonna track for something, not sure what.
I would honestly probably go for the tracking over the Deathstalker here.
Yeah, I think it in this matchup it's perfectly okay to just let Deathstalker go away. I've found myself in positions where if I'm going down the Deathstalker route, it's usually too slow against their combo.
I would agree. But you just really want to stop them from doing their thing as quickly as possible. Chesky can just Kalaseth Acolyte.
Yeah, could have gone with the Hex, but this is much more efficient. It's good to have Kalaseth in general moving forward.
Yeah, and this Acolyte is a bit of a pain.
Okay,
and I'm not sure about just playing out the Acolyte.
Giggling seems extremely risky against the double MC tech being played, but
yeah, with Caster Vision we can see that it won't. But that's obviously a consideration for Lefty, and he really doesn't want Chesky to steal either an Annoyatron or the 5/5. So if he did play this, Giggling would be 3 out of 5 good steals for Chesky. So I imagine that's just not being played. So maybe that's just a tempo Terror Scale with double in hand.
Yeah, it's probably okay.
And Chesky is kind of punished for playing the Acolyte as is, with his next card being Volcano. Because that's kind of your big card draw engine with this deck.
Yeah, so if the Giggling gets played, the mind control tech outcomes. An Annoyatron wouldn't be the end of the world with the Candle Shot and also Deathstalker Rexar to clear. But
yeah,
you prefer to avoid it if you can.
But not really good.
So you're just gonna Volcano, yeah.
I think you really have to in this
quite
position.
a board.
Yeah, this is a scary board. And we're back to square one. There's the cube.
Just when the cube shows up. So yeah, cube Terror Scale Stalker is a pretty slow combo, having no board at the moment. And Rexar is just horrible right now. Is Lefty just going to play a Terror Scale, maybe Hero Power?
I mean, now that your kind of early aggression dealt with, do you wonder if Rexar may actually be the planet? Like if Lefty had not taken Rexar, he'd gone with the tracking. Like, I think taking the Rexar has kind of forced him into this position where now he has to
So
play Rexar.
here's something really good that Lefty can do with this Rexar. Build a beast next turn. You'll only be able to play something that's worth 5 mana, so it's questionable how good that'll be. But if you can find something with stealth that's playable, you can then, the turn later, cube and terror scale it, which, I mean, with one Volcano played, that
Yeah.
could potentially do it.
Yeah, or there is just Katharina into King Crush on upcoming turns as well. One of the best things you can,
Which with Grizzlies in the deck?
Flappy
Yes.
Bird is a pretty one of the best things you can actually do, kind of the more recruit-based hunter.
Oh, there's the stealth. Darn.
But it's not playable this turn.
That's not playable.
Yeah, so we're just gonna take the lifesteal rush.
Sure.
Um,
Yeah, it'll have to be dealt with. That's
yeah, and this kind of Chesky was, I think, he wanted to grumble back both of those minions this turn, and leaving a 3 health Flappy Bird means you can gets a 2-mana Volcano, which is pretty nice.
I'm actually somewhat surprised that Chesky just didn't go for the Grumble while it was relatively convenient with the trade. Is it that you want to bounce things back like Serenite?
I think if Lefty had traded into the Life Drinker rather than the Glacial Shard, then that Glacial Shard would have 100% been.
Oh
bounced.
yeah.
Life Drinker is is the least important battle that's back.
Right, not at all important.
Yeah, but if the Glacial Shard, it would be huge. So Katharina, I believe, will pull.
I think there might have been one high main. Yeah, one high main and 2 Grizzly.
Yeah, although cubing Grizzlies is actually because the Volcano just can't deal with it.
It was a little bit better when these lists played Void Ripper as the standard, because you could just get that crazy burst from Grizzlies, but they're fine as is.
High main is still not a bad card.
Very good cube target also.
So is this a double hex? Because you're scared of both of these minions quite a lot.
Yeah, you're scared of cube shenanigans quite a bit.
But if the double hex goes,
yeah, then that's it.
Then that's it, and then this King Crush can just come down.
Yeah, what the point you had mentioned earlier with the way that Acolyte got played, Chesky really has not drawn nearly enough.
No, I'm a huge advocate of not playing Acolyte on curve.
Yeah,
you play Manatide and Farsight on curve. Save Acolyte to combo with Volcano for card draw, because like look at the number of cards in Chesky's deck still. 16 left. He's not played any Chain Gang. He's not got Hagatha. He's not got the second Life Drinker. I believe there are 2 in the deck. There are. So even if Shuttlewalk does come off the top, it's just not even playable. He would have to go for a tempo walk with the hopes that it will survive and Grumble following turn. He hasn't even had a chance to play Grumble yet.
I think the double hex does have to happen. It's just too risky for either of these to get cubed. Yeah.
So I honestly don't hate putting King Crush. There's 3 cards left in hand. And if the King Crush survives and you cube played at it, you win.
So yeah, the only thing at this point that could kill the King Crush is the second Volcano.
Yeah, and you've seen one, and there are 3 cards. No card draw essentially having been played. So I think I would opt for the King Crush in this position. There's a small chance that it's a punish, and if the punish does happen, as in the second Volcano comes, that's the second Volcano gone.
That's
then you have to just build beasts at will. So this is kind of a win-win position.
Yeah, you could build beasts that are even better than King Crush to be cubing, so...
And yeah, once you've seen both Volcanoes, you're even free to just build Hydras.
Okay, 12. Yeah, Volcano just about exactly deals with this. You can also Sandbinder and Healing Rain bind it.
Yeah, the Sandbinder will draw, I think, but that would be something of a trap for Chesky. Because with a cube, that does nothing.
Right. Yeah, this has gotten pretty rough. I guess the Deathstalker really has paid off.
Oh, Electrostorm Surge, of course.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Oh, okay, so you can save that for Healing Rain, then.
Yep, that you can do.
All the other impactful, like even the Storm got played really early, and Yeah, so Electra does not have much going right now.
No.
So
Chesky's
just
hand is just.
building the best beast possible, or
Or
this and
just make some
flanking, huh?
5/5s. This does
Okay.
play. This plays a bit into mind control tech.
I just like building a beast in
I like building a
general.
beast every turn, to be honest. You can get some
Yeah.
crazy shit.
Like you could just find some crazy things that like they
Just Tundra Rhino.
just
Just
can't
Tundra Rhino.
avoid playing around the cube with. If there's anything good to cube, it's going to be something that you built at this point.
Yeah, if you can get like a Tundra Rhino and Q, if you can
Yeah.
get like a Vicious Fledgling or Hydra.
Tundra Rhino, anything big in general, but charging is an extra plus.
Yeah, charge or stealth are really what you're looking for.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Lefty has developed a here. And having seen, he's not seen a mind control tech yet.
Yeah, MC Tech's actually really good here because he could clear off one of those Terror Scale Stalkers, but I think Chesky's just got to think about living, unfortunately.
So yeah, this is probably a.
Oh. Oh, Farsight for 2 chances to get the MC Tech? There's Lightning Storm 2.
There's the Earth Shock. That can at least deal with the egg. And there's the Hagatha, which isn't playable.
No. So now we have to
And
start
that's
thinking
game.
about living. Because even okay, roll a spell damage totem, you can clear out one of these 5/5s, but even so there's still some damage coming your way.
He needs to totem, and I think he needs to get a healing. No, wait. Is there any way of not dying this turn?
A spell damage totem with the Earth Shock could kill a 5/5.
No, yeah, that was.
The healing totem wasn't enough, yeah.
The healing totem didn't actually affect. He could Earthshock egg and then kill off a 3/3. Then there was 13 remaining on board with 14 from the cannonball shot, so the flanking strike was going to be.
Oh, but the flanking strike would have been lethal. And even if there was no flanking strike, you can usually build a beast that's going to help you get through there too.
Yeah, that was just a really bad position. And
yeah. Okay, good call. You mean words here.
one.
Death Stalker turned out fine.
Yep, the early Acolyte for one card really cost Chesky, I think, that game.
Yeah.
Not getting the most value possible from your card draw as a Shadowwalk Shaman will often just be really bite you later on in the game, especially against Deathstalker Rexar.
Yeah, and maybe the Grumble just should have gotten played at some point too.
Just for a big body.
And then you could have held on to cards like that Acolyte. Although the Acolyte got played on turn 5 compared to what the alternative was. I think it might have been Hex even.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Like, Hex is just so valuable in that matchup.
Oh, yeah.
So many targets. And we're going to see an even lot versus a Shadowwalk Shaman here. Chesky has got some pretty important cards in the matchup. There's Keleseth and there's Manatide Totem. I imagine we're going to see Lightning Storm thrown away. Yep. And the Acolyte, obviously. Well, Lefty has the Mountain Giant.
Unfortunately, going first, it gets played a little bit slower than it would on the coin, but that's okay.
Yeah, and there's a really small thing from Lefty here. I really like holding on to the Acidic Swamp against the Shadowwalk Shaman, because all of their 3-mana card draw is a 3 health. So you can play that Acidic Swamp as a 2-mana 3 to comfortably deal with their card draw, because denying the Shadowwalk Shaman said card draw is really integral to winning against them. We saw it in the last game, just how much impact denying card draw to Shaman did.
I can see that. That's interesting. Yeah.
Like, it is punished by exclusively the Keleseth.
That's it.
But that is literally it. And Lefty, the pretty nice curve going forward of just tap Homunculus to contest this.
Yep. Can never really complain about getting the Homunculus with the spell stun.
And there's Giant on 4, and you don't see a Hex from Chesky.
No, and in fact, with only playing 2 Earth Shocks, Lefty
One Earth
might
Shock.
one oh yeah, not running the 2 Earth Shocks, just the 1 Earth Shock. Lefty might even be able to bait Hex with the Twilight Drake for starters here over the Mountain Giant if he wants to.
Yeah, but that seems.
Or it might just be better to just go for it. Gotta go fast.
Yeah, I'd go for the tap giant here. No, he's
Oh
just
yeah, what yeah, that was a free tap.
always go for their free taps. You need to tap very aggressively
Yeah.
as the
Yeah,
Warlock
you
in
gotta
this
get
matchup.
yourself down low because the Shaman's not going to help you.
No, like
Not even a little bit.
yeah, as the Shadowwalk Shaman in this matchup, I often really like to hold off playing the Life Drinker as long as possible. Because you just really don't want to damage their stuff. And the Glacier Shard here has a huge bonus of protecting the Manatite Totem. Because that still just doesn't die. The Hellfire here does allow for a full clear.
Yeah, Hellfire seems worthwhile. Can still
Tap
get in a tap.
Yeah, tap Hellfire will allow you to get 17 health. So Hook Reaver is very close to being on.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, tap Hellfire seems fine. The Mountain Giant's there at 5 health, but it's fine to be at that total.
This Manatite needs to die. It's already drawn 2 cards. The more cards it draws, the more likely you are to lose the game.
Yeah, the Manatite needs to die, and there's plenty along with it that should also die.
And Lefty is choosing
missing
to
on
not...
so many taps.
Yeah, Lefty's just choosing to take this game really slowly, and honestly, I think that's very much the incorrect approach.
Yeah. Yeah, leaving the Manatite up for another round is just... it's rough.
Yep.
Although the Hellfire is going to continue to be good.
Yeah. But
Hellfire
now... Hellfire
see.
Sun Fury.
Mountain Giant will go down to 5. Twilight will go down even more if it's trading with the Sandbinder. Just a tap instead.
The sequencing of these taps from Lefty is very odd. Like, he's tapping on even mana turns and not tapping on odd mana.
Yeah,
Like, he's floating a lot through this game.
Yeah. I don't quite get it.
Like, it's resulted with him having a full hand on 7 mana. And this is probably the best Hex target if he can get himself a Hex.
Okay, Shudderwalk has shown up, and Grumble's in the hand too. Just no Life Drinkers yet.
Yeah. Chesky knows that he cannot die this turn. There is no Argent Commander in this deck, and there is not a... he can't play second Dread Infernal, which there isn't one in the deck anyway, along with Hellfire. The most damage that Lefty can do on the following turn is 9, so Chesky is, in a sense, safe. Could even play the Life Drinker for just a little bit.
Yeah, because Lefty's going to be at 10 cards, can't quite tap unless there's another 2-mana card that's playable ahead of that to get the Hooked Reaver out.
Yeah, Life Drinker would put Lefty at below... Yeah, I think this is just... This could be punished so
Could have just been the MC Tech instead. And there's the one Hooked Reaver, and then there's the Spellstone to follow it up.
Yeah, that's just a really huge punish, I believe, for playing that Life Drinker.
Yeah, maybe just the MC Tech instead, and then for the following turn after, you had Hagatha, which with a trade with the Dread Infernal would do some clearing, or Electra, if you needed to. Oh, okay, gonna go with the body instead of the Spellstone. So I'm thinking Electra Lightning, especially now.
The spell damage.
It was good before.
The spell damage was...
But now it's a guaranteed clear.
Yeah, there was a possibility of low rolling and leaving 2 minutes before, and this just a full clear.
Yeah, now the Life Drinker doesn't even need to trade the life. It could have just been the Dread Infernal that would be left up, and in that case, yeah, Hellfire would be dead.
Yeah, and I like the... Chesky he's seen one Hooked Reaver come, not the second one. He saw the Shroom Brew. So he knows that the threat of the second one is only from a top deck. And now that Lefty is at quite a low total, and that his Shadowwalk can contain at least one life drinker, he's going on
Hmm.
a really like.
You know what's really great for Lefty though is that at this point, so many demons have died, and they haven't been hexed either. The
Yeah,
Dread
that's
Infernal died as it was, the Hook Reaver died as it was, and one Homunculus died, and another one can get played out here to die too. So as good as Gul'dan can be in this matchup, it'll be at its best next turn if Lefty wants.
yeah. And what I think the matchup is going to be decided quite shortly, and it's a lot of it's going to come down to whether Chesky draw a healing rain sooner rather than later.
Hmm.
Because he is at quite a low life total, but he has got the board initiative and has left the big early threats.
Oh, he's okay. Keeping the fully upgraded one because the extra health is really not that worthwhile. And just I think that tap would have been good. It could be the last tap you'll get.
Yeah, again a missed tap from Lefty,
Mm-hmm.
and the mana overload makes this turn very awkward for
That's a
Chesky.
lot. Just Farsight. Well,
Farsight and
something has to die. Unfortunately,
yeah,
if you want to play around Hellfire.
Yeah. So the Earthshock, as it is, does kill the acidic Swampus.
Yeah.
But I think in that case, you do Farsight first, see what you get. If you get Healing Rain, you're in such a good position.
Is there any world in which you're Zoloing the Electra? It's okay with Farsight.
Yeah, with Healing Rain as well. That's a big one.
Yeah, if that can get picked up. Yeah, it's just good in general to have. Alright, so is this the trade Gul'dan?
It's if you do trade Gul'dan, you're putting yourself on a kind of different game plan.
Yeah, very different. I mean, you have the hero power for some reliable damage. You'll get a 6/6, 4/4, 2/4s back. Is there just anything better at this point? You could clear the board with Defile even and just play Greymane.
If he's going face, oh,
I should
why
have
why not
traded.
why not kill the Electra?
Oh well, this does set up lethal with the Hellfire hero
I
power,
suppose.
so that's probably good. It's probably a good enough reason to be doing it then.
I suppose so.
And Hagatha can't really.
Oh,
Oh,
there it is. That's
yeah.
that heals up to 29.
And you can play MC Tech.
Yep.
Oh, you can do it first. That's cool too. Although.
Yeah, now you want to put in the 3/1 in the 2/1, then Electra Healing Rain, and this is now a really, really good position to keep.
Yeah, Electra Jackson.
Absolutely
That's a lot of
insane.
rain. Jeez.
Look at those rainbows, man. Look at those rainbows. Up
It
to
was a
29.
double rainbow.
Double rainbow, wow.
Yeah, he's just going to be trading to potentially set up the Hagatha.
Oh.
Oh, well, that just does it.
Oh my god. But does
Hopefully
he go for
Lefty
it?
will do it. I don't think there's much else to be doing otherwise, really.
He could even play Gen, taunt up, and then play it so he doesn't even get screwed out himself. Or he could just play Gen as the big body, and then play it, because the Sunfruit Protector is kind of a
yeah, the random demon, it could be good. Yeah, I guess that's just about as good a stack pack as any.
Chesky's unlikely to have any other demon.
Yeah, and whatever demon comes off of it, it's going to be nothing compared to either Grumble or Sherlock. Wow, that's crazy. Is he going to go for it, though? I think a lot of minions have been played, that's the thing. They really have.
Yeah. And this is... like, playing Demonic Project in Even Warlock does make things just a lot more difficult for the Shadowwalk. Against Control Warlock, you can play around
This
a lot of minions.
This is going to change everything. Nah, it's just a pretty good Hagatha. Or you could Grumble MC Tech, but
I really like Grumble MC Tech, and then you
Okay.
keep the totem in your hand. I really hope that Chesky keeps the totem in hand.
Wow.
Bit of a low roll there. 6, 12, 16.
12, 16, he'll be dead.
Actually, that was actually a really
Yeah,
optimistic play.
it does a lot of... Actually, yeah.
That was
So
very optimistic.
basically, the MC Tech, if it had stolen the Reaver, he still would have been dead to the Hellfire, right? Huh.
Wow, we thought Chesky had that game.
I thought the Hagatha seemed just really, really good. Just really, really stabilizing and...
Yeah, getting the Hagatha Battle Cry in pretty important.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, Chesky's down 2 games here now. Lefty only needs to win with the Mali Druid. Jeez.
Yeah, and the Shadowrock Shaman has just not quite been there, and this has been quite equivalent to my own experience with the Shadowrock. I'm out.
Mhm.
It's just been outclassed by a lot of other decks because it only got Electra as a resource. Everything else is very much the same as pre-expansion. So the deck just kind of... It's still at a pre-expansion power.
Yeah, basically. Although even Warlock's not playing that much new either, other than the project. Although the project could have been huge there, but Lefty went a different route, which is fine. We finally get to see this fancy rank 18 legend warrior here. Or did he decay a little bit here? Nope, still 18.
Still there. His legend rank does not know that he's 2-0.
I'm sure that Chesky's played against plenty of Mali Druids on the ladder, but probably not ones with Azalina, at least unless they were the hybrid variant.
Oh, I hate the hybrid variant.
Yeah, it's pretty goofy. Yeah, so Lefty's definitely going to keep that Nourish.
He's got the Nourished Arcane Tyrant thing.
Yeah, that's pretty rough to handle right out of the gate. Getting Malfurion early is pretty nice too. It can get you that extra damage here and there if Malygos might not get through.
I think Malfurion is probably one of the most important cards against Warriors Malygos Druid. Just that 3 damage a turn is humongous. If you can get that going every turn.
Yeah, and it's not even Odd Warrior.
Yeah, so you're actually gaining 1 net damage rather than just losing 1 net rather than. And I've got
now maybe in this case the Acolyte's worthwhile, especially with the Blood Razor pickup. Now it's just it's quite obvious, I would think. No?
Yeah, less punish. And I am very interested to see how Chesky navigates this matchup, because I've got no idea what's
I really
the best
don't
approach.
know either.
I imagine it's going to be probably Dead Man's Hand, just all of the armor gain you possibly can.
Yeah, which is weird because you would want to be Dead Man's handing the shield block in that case, and
yeah, but you need to reach Dead Man's Hand. You don't need to reach your deck, like get through your deck in order to do the thing. So the first one is always going to play, and then the second one, from my own experiences of Dead Man's Hand Warrior, like you play the first copy of each card you have. Interestingly, choosing not to coin Nourish for Lefty.
Okay, I guess the coin doesn't have some... I mean, the Nourish is going directly into Malfurion on curve, so I guess that's just fine.
Yeah, coin UI. And Lefty is kind of good position where when you have Malygos, Moonfire in essentially your opening hand, UI becomes very difficult to play.
Yeah, true. With the Arcane Tyrant out of the way too now, things that you top deck aren't going to be immediately playable, more likely than not.
There's going to be a lot of guff, and this Branching Path is probably going to have to be played just armor, just to get it out of hand, or maybe for attack. And this Acolyte has got a huge amount of value, as well as just nicely dealing with this.
Yeah, that's a very, very good Acolyte. And Chesky's hand is getting very full as well. The good thing, so Chesky's build does have a lot of big stuff that is going to warrant those naturalizes. If just more of
Yeah.
them could show up soon, be good.
Yeah, the giggling event is not really gonna. I wonder
Yeah,
whether
Giggling
Lefty.
Inventor. Well, Into the Malfurion will make some sense if you can avoid yourself from being in a spreading plague scenario where you shouldn't.
Yeah, that's very true. But I imagine he kind of wants this Grom to do something.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to say, do you think? I don't think this Scourge Garrosh is ever going to be played.
No, never.
Just this
Never.
armor. Probably the same with Doctor Boom.
Well, I think on average, Boom's hero power, if you get tank up 1 in 5 times, which ends up being roughly 2 armor. So it could be worth
Yeah,
doing, especially if you can discover some of those rovers.
yeah, but the variance is
Yeah.
something you often wish to avoid because it does not seem to work
Wonder what
like
the
exactly
odds
on
are of
average.
discovering Eternium rover. Because you can get those, magnetize a couple of them. They can get.
If you get the Italian rover and the beryllium
Oh, yeah.
magnetizer,
That'd be the
that
dream.
that's a pretty insane card.
Alright, what is a lefty to do here? Still has the coin, has that UI, which can't be played. Wild Growth can be played next turn.
Coin UI and just burn 4 cards. That
Kind of
is an
has what he
option.
wants already.
No, he
Except for
doesn't have.
Gloop.
He doesn't have Floop. He doesn't have Alex
Or
Strauss.
Floop, sorry, not Gloop. Floop.
Gloop is the other Druid legend.
Could have swiped here too to kind of help deal with this, and
Just clear out some cards, like
yeah.
branching paths for armor, coins, something. You only need 1 swipe in builds that don't run Florist.
Yeah.
But you really need to play some guards.
Yeah, seriously. Although the swipes time is kind of already passed because
Yeah,
it just would have been better there earlier.
yeah, very true. So we do see Doctor Boom in hand. Garrosh. These have both probably never been played.
Well, so if Garrosh is going to get played, it's in this scenario where you're going to play Dr. Boom, so you get yourself the fancy weapon and then you go for Boom.
Yeah, because like the one upside of Schedule Garrosh is having the hero power active to play.
Wow, just the one discover here for
Who gets the
Omegas.
Eternium Rover, like you said.
Okay.
And then gonna play Doctor Boom.
Okay, so Scourgler Garrosh is never getting played.
I guess so. I guess that's just a kind of.
Never ever. It's the 3 damage, not that it matters because it's gonna change.
Okay, so what I get from this is Chesky is not intending to add Aligos combo. He's actually intending to kill the druid first.
Well, yeah, it's just Dr. Boom, I think, is on average or even slightly better than just your standard hero power because you can get the mechs and the rovers and stuff. The one mech assembly though seemed kind of strange. I don't know.
Yeah, I would agree with that being a little odd.
Okay, so lefty is finally drawing now. Gets that second swipe. Yeah, really, like what do you play here? Branching paths for attack?
I guess.
There's not even a spell stone to be powering up. Just gonna push minuscule amounts of damage here. It's something though.
It is something.
Yeah, this is a weird game. Because Lefty's hand is just so unwieldy, and Chesky's playing a very, very different warrior from what we're used to seeing. Okay, mechs can charge now. Or rush, rather, sorry. That's a very important distinction.
You know what can charge? Grom.
Eternium rover. Oh yeah, Grom. So yeah, this is just very weird. I would like to see the Scourge Lord get out there ahead of time. The weapon would have been pretty good. Chesky clearly wants to be hitting this blast shield up. It's just that it really limits what else is going on, and the hand is full. So
yeah, this is really, really quite bizarre.
could. You don't really want to get a weapons project up. They've got the 3 attack to stick onto that. Alright, it's just gonna be Rover. Rover gaining 4 armor here. Assuming the swing is happening, which, yeah, it's gotta be.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, gonna go with execute.
Interesting.
Okay, that's one less way to deal with Malagos if it come down. Because Shield Slam will not be a reliable way to deal with it.
No, I think I would have valued Shield Slam
Yeah,
position.
this game's very weird. Okay, Giggling Inventor shows up as just a solid play. It will lead to more armor gain. And it also pairs badly against the Kaboom, but it's probably pretty irrelevant. This is so weird.
Actually, just needs to play some cards.
Yeah,
Really
like
wants
even
to play this UI.
and having held onto that swipe earlier is really kind of biting too now, but
And just he's up to
Yeah.
44 health.
yeah.
Maybe more with
Oh.
this Dry Whisker armor.
Yeah, does Dry Whisker get better?
Probably not.
There's 3 minions, and you're not going to be playing into many spreading plagues, so
I think I'd like to play the Dry Whisker armor now. Just get the guaranteed 6 armor. 2 mana 2/2 gain 6 is pretty reasonable.
yeah, I think so.
Oh, maybe not.
Oh no, just gonna be Kaboom and Grom, which will force the naturalize. Lefty will be happy to finally have the opportunity to play stuff like that.
That seems like a real waste of Grom.
Yeah, Grom.
I've really liked saving Grom to get 10 to the face.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, Grom to kill a Neutron does not seem overly worth it.
No, I don't think so. Although, if there is no naturalize, they might have to tank it with their face plus the spellstone to kill it. It's optimistic.
Very. I like coin hero power.
At the same time, Chesky had to get stuff out of the hand. Oh, coin hero. Yeah, you do want to sneak in that damage at just about every opportunity.
Oh, and it turns out that it did actually get better.
Wait, oh, Chesky was about to hover that Scourge Lord there.
Yeah. Maybe just Warpath and hero power Lefty's face.
Okay,
Warpath's probably not a very good card in this matchup either.
Alright, Warpath just good enough here. Gotta get rid of the cards.
Yeah, this is like a battle of both players, just trying to get crap out of their hand as much. Chesky is up to 51 health, and he gets the blast shield, so he's going up to 58. There's the Alexstrasza though.
Yeah, these are some lucky blast shields, huh? Well, Alexstrasza is definitely playable at any point. The only thing that makes it bad is
Coin
Zilliax,
hero power.
which-
Coin
hero power, do it.
I do like the coin hero power.
Okay, so
And
it happened eventually, which is the same as happening before.
Yeah, it's the same either last turn or this turn.
Alright.
And now, I mean, Alexstrasza did do 15 damage. There is the second shield block, and I wonder if that will be played. Or
So,
the-
Weapons Project plus Harrison will put Chesky down to having 7 cards in the hand, so it is doable.
Yeah? Well, he'll go down at 7, then he'll draw 3, so he'll go back up to 10. And then Shield Slam will be playable as well, the Alexstrasza.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that seems pretty good.
And then Lefty will finally
No, then
be treated to having saved that swipe. Have its target, and the other one can stay there. Yeah, he's gonna go for. I don't see any reason why not to.
I mean, this leaves him on 9 cards at the end of the turn. It allows him to play Blast Shield as well, killing the Alexstrasza, which seems like a really good sequence of cards.
Okay. Deadman's hand has shown up, and there's a shield block in hand. Just gotta get rid of some of the less desirable cards here.
Yeah. Do you not swing into the face with the weapon?
I would think so.
Yeah. So do we finally see the swipe come down?
I would think so. Although
I'd honestly play the Spreading Plague for one, just to get
the
it
oth-
out of your hand.
the other naturalized shows up and it will mill too.
Yeah, but this deck does run more things. Lich King remaining in the deck. So Lefty's going to be thinking that he needs to hold on to Naturalize for at least one of those, as he does not have any
Yeah,
other way of.
definitely.
Yep, and Spreading Plague is going to be played.
Yeah, Yip can just ruin the
Everything.
Druid's day. So that'll definitely have to be saved. Oh, thinking about squeezing in the hero power here.
And the Naturalize, he's going for the mill. Let's see what he gets.
Oh boy, it better be that Yip or Dead Man's Hand, but obviously it's already
Acolyte
here.
is Acolyte is not the card that he wants to be milling. That's probably the least important card in Chesky's deck, but he does get a Lich King, and that's a huge mill.
There you go.
So in a way, Lefty he used Naturalized a non-priority target, but in doing so, milled a priority target. In the end, the Naturalized was used for the same purpose in a way. Not really, but kind of. Chesky
It did kill the Lich King.
Yeah.
And I guess the odds were reasonable that it would either take out the Lich King or the Yip. I guess it was 50-50. Whatever.
Maybe.
So Chesky's going to kill this, and then what? Dead Man's Hand has some good cards and some very bad cards to be shuffling right now. But how do you get rid of the bad ones? Just play Owl here?
Like Owl Brawl doesn't look too bad.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Yeah.
It's one of the kind of big things of Dead Man's Hand Warrior is Brawl.
Yeah.
Brawl is your worst enemy in this deck, or in any deck that runs Dead Man's Hands.
Yeah, you want to draw that other weapons project plus the shield block. Hey, another blast shield has come, but what is that? 3 blast shields now? 4?
They have come up statistically far more than.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a single summon 3/1 yet.
Yeah.
And we've seen the deal 1 damage to all enemies.
Yeah. No discover, no 3/1/1.
Yeah, so of the 3 other hero powers, one of them once.
Sometimes lucky.
Yeah, it's exactly the matchup you want it to happen.
So Lefty has 7 cards in hand at the moment, so UI's still overdrawing something.
But there is a good chance of getting a Tyrant playable. But
yeah. Well, Harrison's gone.
Swipe face.
Yeah, I think a time to swipe is fine now.
Gotta do some damage. This is so strange.
Alright, so now the brawl is unplayable, didn't get used before. Omega Assembly not getting near. Could. Is it just Dead Man's? But there's so many bad things.
Yeah, you don't want to. It's the thing is, Chesky really wants to Dead Man's these shield blocks, but he really doesn't want Dead Man's Hand things like Warpath or Double Brawl. So it's a really awkward position for Chesky, and he's on 10 cards, so he needs to play something. Maybe just Shield Slam an Owl.
Yeah, executes here with its activator.
Or just play out the Warpath.
Yeah. Well, that is the execute activator, though. Because Shield Slam's not going to be reliable, although it's a lot of armor now. Malagos can... Okay, yeah, Shield Slam's reliable enough now.
Yeah, Chesky was hovering over the Scourge, but feels that he really needs to hold on to this. The possibility of Blast Shield more than anything else. Another draw card.
Yeah.
And a second Ultimate Fist.
It's really time to ditch a swipe.
Yeah, you can only play one swipe with the... I don't understand what Lefty is holding on to this swipe.
Yeah, this is very strange. Okay, that's a minion, which might gain armor, and that's good enough for Dead Man's Hand. Omega for 1.
Yep.
Yeah, good enough.
Gets a full mana 3/1. Doesn't even care. Because the last card in Chelsea's deck is Geosculptor Yip. Another Blast Shield. Twig,
Jeez.
which is going to get weapons projected instantly. But
Yeah, I guess it's worth doing though. It's worth a try.
yep. I mean,
You
your,
get
well, your, your opponent has drawn their entire deck. There is literally a 0% chance you do not have the second project.
yeah,
And still no swipe.
and get burned. So this could be a dead man's Yip.
I like Dead Man's Yip. There's no rush on the weapons project. You got 4 to play it.
There's a lot of bad cards here in the hand, but there are some good ones too. Oh wait, sorry, there was a blast shield to squeeze in. No Yip.
You got to play that Blast Shield every time.
Yes. And then getting the weapons project out there.
I don't know how Lefty wins this game, to be honest. Like, maybe he doesn't play
There's just been so many blast shields.
There have been so many Blast Shields. Oh, no.
Oh, and now the Arcane Tyrant shows up. It'll be free, but there's 9 cards in the hand. The UIs just aren't getting played this game. Look at that.
5 mana, 4/4. Value. Yeah, I honestly don't see a victory in this for the Druid. There's just too much health.
Look at that. Even the shield block off the dead man's hand shows up immediately. How nice is that?
Is it really necessary at this point? So say
No.
Lefty gets the absolute best. He goes Malygos, Moon. Wait.
You should just trade in the Replicating Menace and then a 1/1 out of it to rush in.
Yeah,
Shouldn't
then
he?
Hero Power Face.
Yeah. Always good to remember that every single mech has rush, whether it's been
Yes.
played or whether it's off a death rattle.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And this is kind of neat too. It opens up to Spreading Plague, which would be a good thing. Oh, but he doesn't want it, despite it meaning 2 armor.
I mean, that's like the next level. You probably
Yeah, seriously.
value your opponent not having a 1/5 more than you having 2 armor.
All right, 8/8 is here. The
That
way
it is.
to deal with Yip is a combination of swipe and Spellstone, or Spellstone and Hero Power, or just Spellstone and the Gear Blade, as it's called.
Yeah, this is kind of wonky.
If only there was a Floop in hand, you could play.
Yeah, Malygos Spellstone would be fantastic in this scenario.
Yeah.
Lefty's just had such an awkward hand for this entire game. Like I said, Malygos Moonfire Moon UI in the opening hand is just really bad
Only-
for the Druid.
If only he knew that the Floop was buried so low.
And Lefty does not know what to do here. And I don't blame him.
Just killing Yip is a very good starter.
Yeah.
Wait, did he use the... Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, that 3 attack got wasted. Should have just been armor at that point, but eh. Oh,
Yeah.
make those 1/1s. You want there to be a Spreading Plague.
I don't think you want that to be. Well, maybe if you want like Brawl to be active.
Get some
Another
armor.
blast
Oh,
shield.
another blast shield. Wow.
This has been the single most blast shields I've ever seen happen in a game.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's the plague.
I wish in my games Odd Warrior blast against the
Yeah.
Malygos Druid. 'Cause then I'd be fine.
You would be just fine. So. Okay, is gaining armor now. Starting to worry about fatigue, I guess.
Yep. I mean, Lefty's still 1 card ahead.
Hmm.
So
Okay, another weapons project shows up just as the other one gets spent.
Yep, value.
Execute good enough. There's another one in the deck.
And he's gonna, yeah,
Shield slam good enough. I'm
Chesky
connecting 8
taking,
damage. I'm favored in fatigue now.
yeah, Chesky is on 56 health.
Yeah,
There is
pretty
no
rough.
way, there's no way that Lefty can close out this game at this point.
Yeah, just not enough damage. Yeah, being able to play the UIs at any point would have been great. It would have been 5 damage somewhere and a 5/5 to deal with, which is kind of awkward, actually.
Yeah. I do wonder whether there was a point earlier in the, like he would have burned one card and he maybe should have gone for
This
it.
game's so long. I think the rest of the round's over by now.
Because this game is taking forever. I mean, I've got to say,
Okay.
I'm
Is
very
there any
impressed.
path to victory for Lefty? Lefty plays Azalina in this deck, but the Dead Man's Hand got played.
Oh, good. He can steal the really useless.
Yeah, seriously, it's just there's not even anything good to steal anymore.
Yeah, the other round has finished. Bill Snyder's swept in position 3-0.
Jeez.
Yeah, good stuff.
Okay, gonna deal with the mulch, sure. Jeez.
This is just not good. What does Lefty do to deal with the second? Yep.
Jeez. Yep, no rush for Sesky. Just get in that valuable 1 damage there. Has the second weapons project.
He's thinking about going for the Scourge of Garrosh now just to get that. I don't blame him.
Maybe I think
He's so far
we
ahead.
need one more blast shield.
So
then
what
he-
next turn? The way this game is going.
Hey,
Let's
that
go on.
Garrosh is 12 damage.
Yeah.
There's really no minions to be hitting it anymore. Okay,
There's the
Azalina.
Azalina. Wait, so the remaining cards in Lefty's deck. There is a Floop, of course, and I think there's a second Spreading Plague. And Chesky has 4 Brawls in hand.
That's a lot of fighting.
A lot of Brawls, not
A
much
lot of
else.
fighting. Just squeezing in the damage. Oh, I should have taken out the armor. My Azalina, your shield slam.
Oh, it's Nourish was the final card. Not. And Floop is the 30th card.
So weird. This has been such a strange game.
It has, but I've got to say, Chesky has piloted the game. Clearly,
Yeah.
he's very experienced with this particular matchup.
I think even without all the blast shields, it still would have been like 1 or 2 fewer blast shields. It'd be about the same.
Yeah. It's just the fact that Lefty was so slow drawing.
Yeah.
Like, he needed... There's another blast shield. There's the Floop. I think we're going to
Jeez.
finally see Malagos.
Alright, now Malagos can finally come down. Both swipes are still here, didn't get played earlier.
But you can't play both swipes. I don't understand why one
They
would
seriously
hold on to
can't.
it. Right, so this is this is going to make no dent into the armor whatsoever.
Just a tiny one. Shield slam still perfectly fine.
Yeah, I'd be feeling pretty good if I was Chesky at this point. You've seen Malagos come down, and you're on 45 health.
Yeah. Another Scourge Lord Garrosh. These are just 8 mana gain 5 at this point.
Plus,
Better than shield block. Oh wait, and you got 12 damage weapons.
Yeah, with the Scourge Lord Garrishes, I'm not sure what reason there is to not swing face with the weapon.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, we're going to see the end of this game very.
Yeah, lefty
Malagos'
can't.
swipe hero power is going to come down here. Then this Malagos is going to be dealt with, and at which point Lefty is left with very little.
Yeah.
Just the Azalina, I guess. And then he can swing with the Scourge Lord Garrishes, I suppose.
Yeah. And lefty can know just about exactly what's there for the Azalina to steal. Like,
A lot of
Brawl
brawls.
obviously never got played.
That's amazing. Yip is the bottom card both times.
Nice.
Impressive.
Okay, yeah, if you can find a different way to remove it, then I guess you might as well. The best option would have been Scourge Lord, but
Oh,
okay, Malagos is gonna stick around for another time.
there's
Unless it gets executed.
oh yeah, there's the execute.
Yeah.
I missed that one. Yeah, so there was no way that was going to fail. Otherwise, I don't think Chesky would have taken the line.
No, you would have just rushed in and smacked it.
Here you go. And this swipe! If that had been played so much earlier in the game, like, it's just gone to waste completely.
Yeah. And
That's-
Lefty gets just a wonderful hand here now.
Yep, some brawls, some shield blocks when deck's got no cards in, and 2 Scourge Vulgarishes. Fantastic. Yep, and that is game 3. Oh my god, that took a
That was really something.
That took a long. But we are 2-1 up now.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, okay, the Warrior got through. And there's
Still the
still
Shaman
that
to go.
Shadow Walk that has to get through.
There's still the Shaman, and there's still the Token Druid to get through this Malagos Druid. So there's still 2 very good matchups for the Druid to remain. So that's the longest out the way, we hope.
That was very long. Yeah, so as far as beating the Malagos with these other decks, with the Token Druid, it's all about dodging Spreading Plague for the most part.
Yeah, that's almost entirely it. So now let's see what he's gone for. He's gone for the Shaman. Third time lucky for the Shaman.
Yeah, the Shaman can kind of get there if it can just get to the combo quickly, really.
Yep, and one of the cards which
As
is good for
quickly as
getting there
possible.
quickly. There's the Manatide, and I think that'll be the only card kept Chesky's hand. Well, Lefty
Oh, I
has
got
a
kicked
Nourish.
out of the Spectator for some reason.
That's very strange. Yep, Chesky only holds onto the Manatide toast. Meanwhile, he has the option of coin Manatide into Farsight, which is probably one of the best openers against Malagos Druid. And this is actually one matchup where getting the Gluttonous Ooze is just huge. Destroying the Twig is actually incredibly relevant in this matchup.
Oh yeah.
Because the Shaman
Okay, no
does
wild
actually-
growth. You like to see that.
You absolutely do. So we're going to see a coin Manatide here. To get some
Yeah,
card
makes
draw going.
sense. Only way to take it out would be
Hero Power Spellstone.
the Spellstone. It's worth going for.
Yeah, when you coin the Manatide, Shadow Watch Shaman versus Malagos Druid, it's very likely 2 cards from it, possibly more. And as we can see from the state of Lefty's hand, it is going to be. And this
Yeah,
tempo
just a
might be well
tempo MC tech. Not much else to be done with it.
I don't think I probably have gone for the
Farsight.
yeah, just draw cards as soon as possible.
Yeah, since you're probably going to play Serenite.
Oh, there's double Arcane Tyrant to go with this. Pretty filthy. And there's a Twig.
Wow.
His hand is shaping up very nicely for Left.
All of a sudden.
It's going a bit better
Alright.
this time around.
Serenites are there if a Spreading Plague were to ever showed up. Although the Tyrants are just going to be fine.
2 0-mana 4/4s to while you ramp 2 mana
Yeah,
crystals. Seems fairly good to me. Follow this up on the following turn with something. Twig, branching paths.
Oh, even Fluke becomes a Tyrant, but obviously you're not going to play him.
Oh, definitely not.
Much bigger things in store. Yeah, Chesky's just going to keep playing the combo pieces, spamming the board. The prospect of Spreading Plague just got a lot less scary.
Another combo piece. This Manatide is really putting in work. There's still no way for Lefty to remove. Like,
No,
it's
you can
almost,
kind of
it's
poke down at it with the Twig, but that's it.
It's almost reached the point where Lefty may be considering leaving it mill cards.
Mm-hmm.
So of course you do run Naturalize.
It's
Milling
definitely
is
not
always...
worth the Moonfire.
No, Moonfire is very important.
No. But yeah, poke down the Manatide seems pretty reasonable. Lefty's not going to have much to do next turn except just dumping the hand, maybe like giggling, branching, or the
Giggling's
branching
branching.
now.
I mean, giggling branching paths for, say, attack
Mm-hmm.
could be pretty useful.
Yeah, it's fine.
Or you can just gain some armor now. Or draw cards. This doesn't really
I don't know
play...
about the drawing. Let's see how the math. It depends on what can get dumped next turn ahead of the UI.
Having drawn the Spellstones, though, I think we'll see a gain of armor.
Okay. Yeah, and that Spellstone could get dumped next turn.
That's a card which is not going to be burned.
There you go.
So, Farsight.
Okay.
That is a playable card.
Going up to 10 cards now, so
Still 10
Zola
cards.
replaces herself, so something will get burnt.
Something is going to get burned. So... this
Was it ever
Manatide...
worth it to just do a Volcano and get rid of your Manatide there? Kind of desperate, but it does start to get scary.
If there was a Naturalize hit, that would be huge. But
Yeah.
fortunately for Chelsea, there is not. And we're going to see...
Okay.
I don't think you kill the Manatide, though, at this point.
Not at this point, no.
Because it's kind of doing Chesky much more harm than good.
Make them do it. There's not an easy way to do it either, because I'm pretty sure Chesky's not playing one of those
Lightning Storm was milled.
lightning bolt variants. Okay.
That was a card which is absolutely fine. This looks like a reasonable Volcano.
Mm-hmm. Got just enough mana to do it.
So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. Yes. Volcano
Yeah.
works out pretty much fine.
Yeah. No need to even hit. Because that's 3, 9, 12, 13, yeah.
And you do have 2 of them in hand. So you're okay with spending 1. And nothing else will stop you from milling a card.
Mm-hmm.
You need to kill off this Manatide, because there's no other combination of 2 cards that you can play from your hand right now.
Yeah, and you might as well get rid of the rest of the board while you're doing it. The Overload's not a big deal. There's really not much you want to play that's worth all that, man. In fact, if you could top deck the Grumble, that would be just fine. Zola means that it's not getting played.
Okay, still... this still mills a card.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just... Oh.
Oh, and the Naturalize shows up. That's worth going for.
Is that worth... What's that worth going for over the UI? Or UI is still just the play.
Okay.
I like killing off the Zola, for sure. Everything else is kind of irrelevant.
Zola, because it can be bounced.
Yeah, Zola into Grumble can be really problematic for you. And if then you have 4 minions, you can trade the Giggling Adventurers to the 3/2 to play around Mind Control tech, and then just send everything else to the face.
Mm-hmm.
Or alternatively, you can send everything else to the face and just kill off the Zola with 2/1.
Yeah, makes
And then
sense.
UI face seems pretty reasonable. Got to take the aggressive lines.
Yeah, there's the Twig too that has to swing into something, so maybe it just might as well be the Zola. So Lefty is going up to 10 cards, and both Tyrants did get played.
However, he does have Malagos Moonfire in hand.
Has Malagos, Moonfire, and a swipe. Both Moonfires and a swipe, but is going to avoid the mill anyway. That Moonfire was definitely better than that.
Electra, again, not a bad card to
Grumble.
mill. So. Yeah.
It has to be Grumble. And Chesky's just gonna keep working towards making the combo happen. Just needs that Grumble.
Yep, and probably going to see this Glacial Shard come down on this 5/5 or
Oh,
a
okay.
Hex. The Hex is very interesting because
Yeah,
now
because
you
one
have,
Malagos will come down that will have to get dealt with, and Volcano might not always be so convenient.
but it's fine because Chesky did just draw off the Manatide. And this Manatide has now drawn 6 cards.
Yeah.
It was played on turn 2.
Okay, it's Malagos time. The twig can be broken next turn along with the floop.
Yep, that's going to be a lot
Could
of
naturalize too.
that you could.
That poor Moonfire from before.
That was 6 damage.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
And what's going to get milled?
Just gonna go with the naturalize instead. Acolyte doesn't
Acolyte.
matter.
You're fine with
Okay.
milling card
There's
draw.
a 1 in 7 here. Moonfire can wait technically. Serenite does hurt. That's a
Yeah,
less reliable Shutter Walk.
that it is. Because Zola was not used on a
So what are the
chain gang.
if Shutter Walk's the only one on board and you've only played one Serenite, what are the odds then?
It's a 1 in 3 to whiff at that point.
Jeez,
Yeah, that's
rough.
Yeah, because
It's very rough.
yeah,
Okay.
Healing Rain really needs to be played right now.
Yeah, being at 21 with one Moonfire played.
Wait, so he is scared of Malagos, Swipe, Moonfire, which is 15. Okay, so that's
Yeah,
not
so
actually
it's
that
not
scary.
necessary.
This Manatide.
That was the first Glacial Shard played, so it's not completely obvious to Lefty that Grumble's there yet. Hey, good news. A Malgo swipe means that the Manatide's dead. Good news for Chesky. That he's about to get swiped.
Honestly, Slimsh, I think it's done its job.
Yeah.
Drawing 7 cards.
It seriously has. And both Healing Rains in the hand, so...
Yeah, with no Alex Straza having appeared. And Alex Straza can't be playable, because then it'll overwrite Floop as well. I'm...
Oh,
Yeah.
he froze Lefty too, so the twig can't get broken. Okay,
Yeah.
but so there is the twig, there's Floop, and there's double swipe, even though one Moonfire got played. So both swipes, well, that's 18 damage if they're to the face, plus the Moonfire.
Oh yeah, then he can...
It would have been enough, but since Chesky got the Glacial Shard, he could get away with this play.
Ah, that's very clever. He
Yeah,
can
well,
bottom twig this time because changing a hero does unfreeze your face, but now he can pull off the full thing. So
true.
now he can use the second Glacial Shard.
Wow. That's amazing.
That was really smart from Chesky. Very impressive play.
Couldn't even get the... Could get the Grumble out of the way too now.
Yeah, he if he wants to, he can Glacial Shard and...
Grumble's just destroying things right now.
Yeah, but if he wants to, he has 10 cards in hand. So if he used the Earth Shock on Grog, then played Glacial Shard, I believe there is a way of getting Glacial Shard.
Oh, I see.
And so then he'd have a third way of freezing the face for another turn. Because Gluttonous Ooze is still in this deck.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely worthwhile to do then. Yeah. Opting to take out something else other than the frog, just...
Oh, he's actually going to not bounce. Wait, no. I don't think it was possible to bounce Glacial Shard.
Let's see, because those set him back up to 10, so yeah, the last card that was played would have been the one destroyed. Oh, was he trying to replay that Manatide? That's a little...
Why the hell not?
I don't know about that.
I mean, why wouldn't you at this point? It's a pretty good Manatide as they come. I don't think I've ever seen a Manatide survive that long.
It's a hero Manatide.
The Manatide that we deserved.
Yeah, so the lethal has been delayed one more turn.
If
What
if
does
Chesky
lefty
is
do?
at 30, is it still lethal? How much damage is available?
It the swipes are 18 to the face, and the moonfire is just the 6. So yeah, because the second moonfire,
So if he's at 30, it's not lethal.
yeah, that second moonfire was wasted, which is too bad.
Yeah. Oh wow. So if the Moonfire was in hand, then it would be a full 30 every time.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
At
But
which point, Chesky would have to think about it and probably play that Hagatha.
Lefty has to kill Grumble. If he doesn't, then Shuttlewalk is a guaranteed go off.
Oh, because yeah, if Shudderwalk bounces the Grumble, then you can just replay.
Wait, no, but the hand sight. There's the guy in the Suze as well. Oh my
Alright, never
god.
mind. So that
Yeah.
and the Healing Rain. Although, wait, he doesn't even have to Healing Rain after destroying the ooze.
But you probably do anyway, right?
Is there mana for the in all this broken twig? Okay, I guess Shudderwalk's gonna get
No,
freeze
no.
effects again.
But,
So it's just as good as breaking it.
but if the freeze effects all hit the frog,
Yeah, there's only 2.
if he oozes and healing ray, he's guaranteed to win. But if he shudderwalks, there is a small chance of fail.
Yeah.
So I don't think this is correct.
This has to succeed. Okay, the Serenite did go off, so.
Froze the frog, froze the frog.
But there are 2 life drinkers, which is enough.
27.
27. Is there enough mana to squeeze in a healing power?
If
Oh yeah,
he-
there is, of course, right? Immediately you play the Malagos, swipe healing power.
Chesky just threw, I believe.
I think so. Yeah.
Chesky just threw the game.
There was a way to avoid dying. Yeah, so Malagos, hero power, and swipe and break the twig, and then swipe again and moonfire, and
It's exactly 27, I believe.
it's 20 set. Actually, 20. It'd be 28 with the extra one from the twig, I think.
Oh, of course. Yeah, so
Yes.
it'll be 9, 18, 24.
Yeah, lefty's just counting. Yeah.
And that's honestly just got to go down as a hard throw.
Yeah, lefty throwing away that moonfire was really the opportunity for Chesky. Chesky played it really well with the freezing, but
Ultimately, playing really well, then throwing it is
yeah.
not that great, though.
No.
Like, he played it really well right until finally went for it unnecessarily.
Yeah.
Like,
Should have just been ooze and healing. You would have even gotten the 1 armor.
Yeah, he would have been at 31. There was no way to lose at that point. So
Alright,
that's
that's a win
is
for
3.
lefty. Lefty
that
will
is-
go and meet Bill Schneider in the finals. Is there a 3rd place match? There's not officially one here in the bracket, but
No, there is not. We're not going to see any more of that war.
darn. Okay, so lefty against Bill. Refresh.
Still just waiting for them to report.
Yeah, not sure what Bill is playing today.
He was the one who's playing Aggro Mage, Quest Rogue, Spiteful Druid, and
Wow,
Death Rattle Hunter.
it's been
So
doing
the
the
very-
thing.
The very anti-control lineup. And
That could have mixed results against lefty. Lefty's not really bringing straight control decks. It's even lock, which is so-so,
Yeah.
and Mally Druid, which is combo, Quest Rogue. Yeah.
yeah, it's going to be a really mixed match either way. Like, Bill Snyder has... Like, he has this Aggro Mage, which is really bad against Mali Ghost Druid, and then 3 decks which are really good.
Yeah, about that aggro mage's best opportunity would be against things like even Warlock for sure. Quest Rogue could be okay. Fledglings don't do anything if their quest hasn't been completed.
No. It's just a load of garbage minions with a quest,
Yeah.
which suddenly makes them insane. And then they can go infinite with Zola and Valera. and it's
Yeah, so
horrendous.
you'd like to be going up against that quest rogue in that case, and maybe
I think Spiteful Druid would do pretty well against Quest Rogue, I think. The Hunter should do. I don't think the Quest Rogue will be banned.
no. I'm just wondering if it's the Malagos because I think the mage is pretty good against everything else. It's just, is everything else better against the Malagos than it is against, say, Death Rattle Hunter? Death Rattle Hunter can be very awkward for aggro mage because your explosive runes become much more tenuous. You can't quite play them with a Kirin Tor on 3. Or you can, you just have to be very, very careful and very prepared about it. So let's see if they're getting closer here. Has the bracket updated to the point where they can start?
Yep. They're now suiting up, I believe.
Alright, just like Dr. Boom, although there's gonna be no Dr. Boom.
There will be no ridiculously long control war.
No, not at all. These games should get figured out relatively quickly with the types of decks that Bill.
Yeah, this is gonna be a lot faster of a series.
Oh yeah. And yeah, let's see here. So we're about to find out who's gonna get it for the first THL Open Series. I think I have a reminder from yesterday's chat on what the point breakdown is. Gotta go find it. Okay, the winner will get 30 THL Open points. Second place gets 25. There is a third and fourth place. They get 20. Oh, okay, so they don't have to play. They both get 20. 5th through 8th gets 15. And 8th through 16th gets 10. I think that's outdated, though, because we only did the top 8, so... And maybe they still get them anyway.
Who knows?
I don't think so, though. I don't know. It's a little less impactful than the one in 2019. That's going to be crazy.
Yes.
So,
The faraway year of 2019.
so maybe Bill bans the Hunter out, maybe.
Death Rattle Hunter is a pretty scary deck.
Yeah.
I'm never averse to banning that. Although,
Yeah, I was playing it quite a bit in the Boomsday Open series that we had, and my Hunter got banned a lot.
yeah, it's a really bad matchup for quite a lot of things. So a lot of people just don't really want to deal with it. Also, interesting enough, both of them have exactly the same Death Rattle Hunter list card for card.
Huh. Is it are these actually... Oh wait, Bill has the Quest Rogue too.
Yeah, they both have Quest Rogues, although their builds are a little different.
Card for card. Oh yeah, the Katharina, one Savannah. Oh, double Mossy Horror even. That's pretty bold step. I don't think anyone's banning Druid.
Yeah, they're both going for Druid, basically.
Although wait, Spiteful Druid's a completely different world.
Yeah, they're both thinking about Malagos Druid, so Bill Snyder just kind of one up by going with the Spiteful Druid instead. They both got quite a few differences in Quest Rogues as well. Lefty's only running a single Mimic Bod in his Quest, while Bill Snyder's running 2 as well with a Fan of Knives. Also, Bill Snyder is not running Bills. And
Bill has Lab Recruiter.
yeah, he's got a Lab Recruiter. He's got no.
And one Fan of Knives.
Yeah, the Fan of Knives is very interesting. While Lefty has an Acidic Swamp Ooze in his deck.
Okay. I've seen that.
I guess Odd Rogue is a really bad matchup, so that can help in a small way.
It'll help out against the Malagos Druid. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
I think a lot more is important there than breaking the twig, but
I mean,
breaking
that's
twig's really good.
Breaking Twig is always good. And then, as we've seen before with Lefty's Even Lock, it's quite greedy. Oh, I just noticed that there is, in fact, another in Lefty's Even Lock.
There's a what now?
A Nerubian Unraveler. 6 mana,
Oh my.
5/5, which makes spells cost 2 more. This is a really anti-druid. He's got Nerubian Unraveler to block the UIs. There's Skulking Geist, there's Mossy Horror, there's
Wow.
Demonic Project. There's a lot of stuff
Wow,
that
I don't think Nerubian Unraveler got played at some point,
I used to play it in
somewhere
Spiteful Druid. I used to play it in
in
Spiteful Druid.
Spiteful Druid. Okay.
It was quite a good tech for like the mirror as well as against
Wow,
like Mind Blast Priest.
how strange.
Like you played it before the Psychic Scream turn, and the Priest just
Yeah,
kind of
Spiteful
cried.
Druid's really kind of been coming back though. It's pretty amazing how Floop just slides right in and can be so
Third
good with so
Spiteful
many of the
Summoner
minions.
is really good.
Yeah,
Third,
I played a game where I had to go down against 3 of them all in a row.
it's like, oh man, why is this happening to me?
Alright, let's see if they have they banned.
Ooh. I have got no idea where the bands are gonna go, so it'll be interesting to see what they opt for. They still have not banned yet.
I think Bill will get rid of the Hunter. As for what Lefty gets rid of,
Could be anyone's guess.
maybe. I really don't know. Maybe that Spiteful Druid's worrying. The
It's a
Mage is
pretty
pretty
good
good, but that's also Lefty's Malagos Druid's best hope.
of winning a game. Yeah, that Malagos Druid is looking quite bad against the Hunter, the Quest Rogue, and the Spiteful Druid.
Doing bans now. Yeah, and you could probably never fault. Yeah, but I don't know if for Lefty banning the Death Rattle Hunter is not really much of a concern for Quest Rogue. If they ever do anything really crazy, you've always got Vanish. It's kind of similar to Psychic Scream. Except it can actually help yourself at the same time, help advance your quest or get some chargers back or something. So I think it's anyone's guess as to what Lefty is going to ban.
Yeah. His concern is probably going to be just how does my Druid win? So he really does have to leave that Mage up, even though that's such a horrible matchup for Lock and his Quest Rogue, because he's probably going to assume that his Hunter.
Yeah, Lefty's even lock is kind of weird. It does not have. It's just the one Doomsayer. There's no plated beetles.
I mean,
Yeah, as far as healing goes, it's gonna be pretty awkward.
I feel like no plated beetles is pretty common at this point.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm firmly of the belief that plated beetles are terrible.
Yeah, it could help some of your poor matchups, but
It's just not
depending
worth it.
depending on what it is though, like you're slowing down your hooked reavers.
Yeah, that's mostly it.
And that's bad time.
Like, in theory, it would help in something like we talked about earlier. I think the best way of countering Oddero with even lock is to go on the counter offensive, and Beetle even goes against that.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's even particularly strong in that matchup. And if it's not good against Oddero, what is it good against?
Yeah, in that case, the best would have been a second Doomsayer or something.
Yeah, second Doomsayer would have been probably quite useful. You can play it before a Spiteful Druid's Spiteful turn, maybe. It's not very good against Quest Rogue, obviously, but you can play it. You can play it against Mana Worm, which is probably its best use against Bill Snyder's lineup.
Yeah, I don't know. Did someone go? Are they thinking hard? Did someone have to use the bathroom?
Bans are in. Bill Snyder's Mage has been banned. The Aggro Mage is something we are not going to be seeing today, while Lefty's Hunter, as we were expecting, has been banned.
Okay, I could see going for the Mage because it is very good in the Quest Rogue, so 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
That's what they say.
Yeah, so now the question is going to be, how does Lefty win with this?
Well, Malagos Druid can always find a way. You could just get the ramp and be crazy. Against Spiteful Druid, you do have the benefit of having things to take out the big stuff, but the little things can be very problematic too. Alright, they can go at any moment here now.
Yeah. So the players are just going to choose their first decks, and then we are going to get into the game. We're going to have Lefty on one of your screens, I believe, again,
Yep.
as he was in the previous series, and we're going to have Bill Snyder on the top.
Okay, they are in. Yeah, so I think this would probably end up favoring Bill.
Going off
Ever
lineups
since.
alone, then yeah. And honestly, I think a very important thing to consider is we've just seen quite a lot of left Druid, and we've seen that he's quite a reserved player,
Mm-hmm,
and he's going to
mm-hmm.
be going into some matchups where he needs much more aggressive, and like the way that we've seen him play it so far hasn't done that very much. So
Yeah, yeah,
it'll be
but
interesting.
Lefty will be playing the matchups where you can't afford to be too reserved.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
what I
he'll
mean.
really have to change it up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like we have seen him
Yeah,
play a bit more reserved than he should have been, even in some of the previous matchups.
yeah,
So whether he adjusts his playstyle accordingly is going to be a huge factor in this matchup because the Druid is already kind of looking like the step for him.
yeah,
Bill Snyder has a pretty bad hand as Spiteful Druid hands goes.
yeah.
He's got a one drop, but he's got some complete garbage otherwise. So I don't think any of this will stay, and that's more like it.
Kalaseth, good guy.
One drop into Keleseth is good start. Let's just see if we can get some Spiteful Summoners. Maybe
Yeah, the coin is definitely worth saving if you can ever rush Spiteful out one turn sooner. Then
and some ramp. So Bill Snyder
okay,
does have
one,
one,
two, three.
two, three, four with the Saronite Chain Gang.
Mm-hmm.
So looking good so far.
Pretty good. Similarly for
Lefty's got a lot of
Lefty.
early game.
Yeah, some of these could be played now, but is it worth tapping instead? There's not even a spellstone for the homunculus to power
Yeah,
up.
I really like getting. This hand does not do anything, really.
Yeah,
Like,
as far as the twos go, ooze is the least valuable.
yeah, but I mean, this hand doesn't really win you the game.
No, no, no.
Like he needs more resources. He needs something like Giant. He needs Twilight Drake. He
Yeah.
needs his big stuff. Otherwise, what's gonna happen?
Okay. Well, the homunculus just got better.
Yeah, the Spellstone is useful.
Yeah, I think that's a good trade there. And yeah, it's just gonna be greedy sprite.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the Giggling Inventor.
Yeah.
Curvestone, Slimsh. Curvestone. There it is.
Stone. All we need is a spiteful. Oh, the Nerubian Unraveler.
For those of you who have never seen this card before, 6 mana,
Jeez.
5/5 spells cost 2 more. Very good against Ultimate Infestation. As it turns out, is the only spell in Bill Snyder's deck.
The only spell. Hey, Bill. Bill might be relying on it, and you know, druids, they can have a way of when they're really getting to that UI, where typically there's not much counterplay other than the one card. Okay, Doomsayer is good enough here, I guess, to set up the tap Twilight Drake. That does lead to the greedy sprite dying, but it would have died anyway.
Oh, and that's.
Dang.
We were just talking about how good Bill Snyder, and it's gone to. It's gone to.
Well,
shit.
now they just get played, and it's a good card.
It's a good
And
card,
you can find Lich King,
but
which
it's
is
just
like
made.
another good card.
It's just made the whole deck so much. Well, I guess like level.
That's unfortunate.
Now it's just a mid-range deck. It doesn't have the crazy high roll potential,
Ruined.
and you just really want that. Crypt Lord with a Keleseth buff, however, is insane.
Crypt
And
Lord.
it's
Okay, it can wait a little. I guess the Giggling Inventors, thanks to Keleseth, no longer
that much of an
vulnerable
issue.
to Defile. Okay, we're getting near Hooked Reaver range here.
So,
Not
yeah.
really in danger of dying at any point.
Now, what we did see in the previous match was some pretty awkward taps from Lefty. So I wonder if we'll see any more of that.
There's 9 cards here at the moment. Oh, healing your own face. Don't know about that. I think you're pretty safe overall at just about all times, healing up the Twilight Drake.
Yeah, I would have just hit him with the Twilight Drake and then said
Mhm.
go.
So that hurts, but Lefty can continue to keep control of the board and get toward this Lich King. That's really just not much that Bill can do anything about if the board's kept under control. But how do you control this? There's Spellstone and Defile.
Or that.
Or that.
That's pretty useful. So
Just take it out, squeeze in a tap.
got to tap on these odd mana turns.
Yes, please. Yeah, and then, there's no point to the new Ruby and Unraveler. UI can't happen.
Yeah, but I really I think
Is there no tap here? Oh,
Defile.
that doesn't work.
Yeah, that was just a waste of a defile, unfortunately for Lefty.
It's okay. You can
Whoopsie.
still tap last, but
Yep. So
okay. So
as
very
turns go,
unfortunate.
that was a really bad one.
Yes.
Tapping last after messing up defile is one of the worst turns we've seen so far today, but
Yeah.
it's fine.
It still might be okay. There might be a Lich King that can just stay there a little bit.
Or there is the consideration that going into this
UI.
druid, this druid has played absolutely nothing for the entire game.
If there was a Spiteful, that would have happened. So
there's a good consideration that maybe they. Hey.
Yeah, Lefty's feeling, or Bill Snyder rather, is feeling great now that defiles.
Yeah, defile right now would be fantastic.
It sure would. So.
I guess it's just Lich King here.
I think so. Although that Void Ripper, it'll make it get dealt with easily, but there's a lot of good cards you can get.
It'll get dealt with easily, but it'll stop this damage from hitting you in the face. Because this board is quite threatening. And
it is, especially since, well, you can't deal with it. There could be a Fungal Mancer always.
There's always a possibility of Fungal Mancer.
I don't think there's been many spots where Bill would have gone with the Fungal Mancer, but
no, I don't think so.
Still always possible. Yeah, Lich King just seems pretty straightforward. And I think Bill will take advantage of these two UIs and actually get some use out of one of them.
Yeah, definitely. And get into some his actual power cards, perhaps?
Yeah, that Lich King really needs to be found now. Oh!
Void
Ripper's a demon!
I always forget about that.
Always take that. I mean,
and Frostmourne.
You would realize if it was your hand and you were looking at the cards carefully, you'd see that, like the end turn button hasn't turned green. This card's playable.
Orange.
Yeah.
And now there's going to be a hand.
Ooh, Malfurion is very, very good.
Yep,
So
as it.
Can't complain too much.
A lot of good cards available for Snyder. And really
Lefty got the Frostmourne, which is not the best.
It's going to be directly answered by Bill Snyder's Gluttonous.
Yeah. Funny how that works out. And Lefty's not low enough due to healing before it can't get that Hooked Reaver out. It wouldn't even be very good at all.
Even if he hadn't healed himself with the Shroom, he would be able to play it.
Frostmourne could have been a good play if only it could squeeze in there with the Spellstone. Now Hellfire shows up. Yeah.
Hellfire,
Seems good enough.
But this is just going to heal you up again.
Yeah, poor Hooked Reaver will never get played. Could have Spellstone first.
Next level plays.
I don't want to heal. Hurt me.
Hurt me, daddy. Yeah, but this just hands complete initiative.
Yeah, Malfurion Oh,
5
Cryptlord
cards.
Malfurion, yeah.
Crypto Malfurion is insane.
That's a
And now that
thick
you've seen a
board.
Hellfight, you could even go for Poisonous. You've seen a Hellfight, you've seen a Defile. So Poisonous is actually looking pretty good here. Like, it just deals with the possibility of a Hooked Reaver instantly.
Yeah,
Yep.
Bill
And that's
agrees.
and this
I
is a
like it.
huge. And now that the single copy of Spellbreaker has gone, how
Mm-hmm.
do you kill this Cryptlord?
Well,
Maybe
Frostmourn's hungry.
Frost
This,
didn't even kill it.
yeah, it'll have to be over a few turns, and it's only going to get bigger and bigger. The Spellstone could help you the following turn. Could play Homunculus and tap alongside it. Nothing seems good.
Nothing is good here, Slimsh. Everything is terrible.
Homunculus even does it. It doesn't even need a spider. Yeah, it's Frostmourne time.
God. This is just tragic, Slimsh.
Although the Hook
Now
Reavers,
he can
Hooked
fungal
Reavers can finally get.
spiders.
Oh, the
Fungal
Hooked
monster
Reavers
on the
can finally
poisonous
get played
spiders.
too, but the spiders are gonna be there.
Yeah, they can fungal monster the spiders so they don't even die after they take out the homunculus.
Yeah, Gluttonous is happening. Fungal's happening. Hero Power's happening. It's just all too perfect. And Lefty plays nothing. He's playing these kind of techie minions. He's playing nothing in the way of twisting Nether. Yeah, that's pretty rare though in general.
I don't remember the last time I saw a Spiteful Druid playing Twisting Nether. Sorry,
Yeah, even Warlock.
Even
yeah,
Warlock.
Never happens.
I've definitely never seen a Spiteful Druid play.
No.
That would be pretty out there, and that's just going to be game.
Yeah, Lefty's really backed into a corner. Gul'dan is resummoning 2 homunculi and getting the 5 armor, but with the Druid hero power, that's death. Yeah, it's exact. Or wait, no, he needs 1 damage.
But ultimately, even if he does not die, there is no avenue to victory.
Yeah,
the game is
double Hooked Reaver cannot do it because just the hero power is enough. Oh, this is interesting.
He's just got to Spellstone Poisonous Spider.
That's
Maybe
right.
go for Demonic Project, try and hit Leroy.
Yeah, Spellbreaker Leroy.
And just like that, Bill Snyder is up 1-0.
Yeah.
Lefty's not even going to wait for the Leroy.
Yeah.
He knows what's up.
That was a rough ride for the Even Warlock. It might get better.
Yeah.
Quest Rogue can be a challenge, especially if they find that Glacial Shard.
Yeah, and do you think Lefty needed to tap more aggressively?
Yeah.
Get his own threats? Like, he tried playing with what was in his hand, which was just 2 drops, and that just got completely outclassed.
Yeah, Lefty needed to tap more and had to not heal himself with that Shroom Brewer. Because, yeah. If the Hooked Reavers could have been online before the Poisonous Spiders got there, then we'd be talking.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, so Bill Snyder has his Death Rattle Hunter remaining against all 3 of Lefty's decks. Quest Rogue, Malagos Druid, and Even Rock.
Yeah, it's definitely an uphill battle for Lefty.
I mean, that's what we said before the game.
Yeah.
1 game in, we're saying the same thing.
Just doesn't.
There's still very much hope, of course. Anything can happen through single games of Hearthstone.
Sure can.
I think just the overarching theme is Lefty needs to be more through like almost all of his decks, really.
Yeah, especially pretty consistently with the Even Warlock, just the taps and the.
But we said the same thing about the
healing.
Malagos.
Yeah.
We have yet seen play the Quest Rogue, and maybe we will see that this game.
Quest
We've got a Quest Rogue mirror.
Difficult.
We've got a Quest
not
Rogue
every day
mirror.
you see this stuff. I don't even know where to begin for this. Lefty kept the Mimic Pod though. That is definitely
Mimic Pod is one of
Bill
the
finds
better
it
cards.
too. Who's playing the one Mimic Pod again?
That is Lefty. Lefty is playing Mimic Pod. a single copy, but he's also playing the Acidic Swamp Ooze, but he's also playing Boars for extra burst towards the end. While on the other side, Bill Snyder has double Mimic Pod, a single Fan of, and a Lab Recruiter, but no Boars.
Wait,
So
wait,
very...
no boars?
No Boars. There's no
Boars
Boars in Bill
are...
Snyder's deck. He's
like
running
I'm about
deck...
to, feeling
he's running
like I'm
deck hands,
about
but
to
no
recite
Boars.
some poetry. Some boars are core, aren't they?
Boars are core. Don't have to snore. Yeah, I would honestly
They're
agree.
seriously core, right?
I would much sooner cut Southly Deckhand would cut Stone Dust.
Oh,
Boar.
definitely, because you know after you're
Yeah,
after you become the Death Knight,
oh
if
my
you
god,
do have a weapon.
Acidic Swamp Ooze in the mirror against an opponent. No,
Hey.
only deckhands. You can completely cut off their charge minions should it reach that point after Valyria has been played.
It's pretty huge.
Genius.
Very
Lefty
genius.
Lefty with
You brought the
absolute
quest rogue
next level
tech. Oh
tech.
my god, she's beautiful. Look at her. Oh, Mimic Pod off Mimic Pod. That's actually... It's very slow.
Oh yeah, that's
so
almost that is the like second or third worst card you can get off Mimic Pod.
Yeah.
Valera's the worst one you can get. Of Vanish is the second worst. Mimic Pod or Prep third worst.
Vanish has some merit sometimes.
Very
Very rarely though.
Definitely not in the mirror. Vanish is often very bad. Oh, and that's the card you really want to be bouncing in the mirror.
Perfect card.
So it's just
and lefty does have the bounce, and then obviously only going to find more of it. So.
And now Bill Snyder can play that other Mimic Pod that he Mimic Pod from his Mimic Pod.
He doesn't want to reveal that embarrassing fact yet.
And he does have double Scale Hide in hand. So
okay, so Scale Hide could potentially complete the quest. Do you ever?
I think you just hit face and redagger here.
Yeah, I think
there's no reason to waste a Scale Hide like that in case it just does die. You've gained absolutely nothing.
Yeah, you don't even know if you want to complete the quest with these.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This is one
Lefty's hand is so big. So
Yeah.
Is it Novice Brewmaster? Is that just the play? You kill that?
Or maybe he's feeling that he's got so much value in his hand that he...
Is he coining out the Minstrel? Okay. Just more options, I guess, to figure out what's what.
This puts more cards in his hand. So this doesn't get him towards quest completion.
No, it just kind of opens up more options on what to complete the quest with, which... Yeah, I don't know how good that is. Doubles. Oh.
You know what else opens up options, Slimsh?
Yeah.
Novice Engineer drawing you cards and then bouncing it so you draw more cards.
Yeah, seriously.
While also getting you towards that completing the quest. Do you really want to be doing
hand is so full. Okay, gonna play Scale Hide just to kind of disrupt things in case the Glacial Shard was going to be used to finish the quest. It's kind of an annoying one. Jeez.
Lefty has quest completion in his hand right now. And it would be much easier to do, not played that of a Minstrel.
Yeah, so that's 2 Novices and 3 Bounces.
Yeah.
Maybe just get a Giggling out of the way, or is there's 9 cards in the hand. You can start going now and finish it later.
Zola, perhaps.
Yeah, it seems like Lefty's just going to be able to rush this quest completion out and win off the back of that. Even has the boars for afterward. Jeez. Is this just Zola?
I could use for remaster the Novice Engineer.
Zola does have a little bit more.
Zola you kind of want post Valyria, if you can help it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely bonkers. After Valyria, you can just go infinite. If need be.
If need be, and just more stuff for Bill Schneider.
Hey, Phantom Knives clears. Obviously not going to be the thing. Maybe just start completing the quest here.
Oh,
okay, it's gonna be Glacial Shard.
Which is very interesting considering had double Scale Hide and
Okay, and the other Scalehide comes out. It's just gonna chill there. So Bill also has the quest completion between these two shards and Zola, and a prep
Yeah.
too. So
Yep.
the question: can Lefty finish it now and also prep out the quest reward? I don't think so, because the Shadow Step got played.
Yeah, he's got a Zola, and then I think he's got to just play it.
That's a 10-card hand.
He's either got to play prep or one of his charges.
South
I think-
Sea is the worst charger because the boars can just come out right out the gate as the quest gets completed. There's not going to be time for a dagger. Yeah.
Most likely not.
Yeah, so wasting the deckhand out here is fine.
Not ideal, but fine.
Yeah. Okay, so finishing the quest costs 5 mana
Fan and I is going to do so much work here.
for Bill. Yeah, so Bill will probably delay completing the quest.
He probably feels like Lefty's quest completion is imminent next turn, so he
So
wants
get
to...
rid of the minions. 4/4s are much harder to clear with Fan of Knives.
It's very true.
Bill does have the Death Knight though. If Bill gets into a sticky situation, he can delay a turn. Maybe pick up a vanish on. What's this prep doing?
Prep Mimic Pod.
I think prep.
Gets the vanish. The quality of Mimic Pod game.
See,
pretty.
now that the
dreadful.
vanishes show up here, the regret has got to be immediate because prep vanish, prep quest, it's just so good.
And that is 3 out of 5 on the quest. So Bill Schneider's going to complete it next turn.
He'll finish it next turn and also be able to prep out the quest.
Meanwhile,
And then play the Death Knight afterward. Meanwhile, Lefty.
It's going to prep first, obviously. Doesn't want to burn the quest.
No.
You do not want to burn the quest. A mistake many of us have made at some point.
Some point or another. Okay, so these two novices complete it, but then all the rest of the mana has to get spent on the quest.
Then he can play a boar or a wax element.
Oh, it is 2 mana. Sorry.
5 minus 3 is 2.
So play a boar.
Probably
Knows
kill the
that there's
Zola.
a. He knows there's another glacial shard in the hand. Plus, whenever Zola did get played by Bill, it would have said created by Mimic Pod. So Lefty knows that.
Oh no, I think he played the non-created by. Like if he was paying attention, he would have seen that the card that he drew with Mimic Pod and then got copied was
Yeah,
played.
he would have seen the positioning.
But that's just if he's been paying attention. Like even if he's playing with a deck track.
Okay. But Lefty, yeah, if Lefty's been doing that, Lefty knows the quest can be completed, but it'll also take a prep like Lefty had. And Bill did use 1 prep, so maybe Lefty's healing.
Yeah, but that prep was a pretty good indication that the second prep was in hand.
I would say so. Yeah. You don't simply throw
You
a
don't
prep,
prep.
on a
You don't
Mimic.
prep. You don't prep Mimic Pod unless you have second, or
No.
you're really bad. And we can assume that both these players are not really bad.
No. Well, Bill picks up this Wax Elemental, which is nice to have alongside the quest.
And now we are getting into that kind of weird mid-game stalemate where the vanish is actually relevant for a small period of time.
Yeah.
And Bill Schneider does have Zola to combo with his Valyria the Hot, which is...
Although Zola's necessary to complete the quest right here.
That is also true.
He's gotta go fast. Jeez. Oh, I'm guessing... Okay, so the Wax Elemental's definitely not dying. I thought it might, and that the novices could get frozen.
I would have thought so
I
too.
guess we're just gonna chill. Yeah.
Did we get there?
Okay, the quest got played anyway. Did any trades happen? No.
No.
So the
they
Wax
didn't.
Elemental,
So,
that turn got started too late. Okay, what can Lefty do? Lefty found Vanish. Has Scale Hides in hand and a prep. Both boars. Okay. Yeah, this is complicated.
That it is.
I think Lefty should vanish, right?
He
Hit
could
and
prep vanish and play a giggling.
You could even play these boars out and then prep vanish. Although if they're getting played last, they'll get destroyed. Although, geez, these turns are starting so late. This is not good. I'm not sure what the right decision is, but it's got to get
It's got to get
something
done
needs to be
very
identified quickly. Vanish animations are no joke. I guess giggling just stalls well.
Yep. It's thinking about the. He's always got prep vanish.
Yeah, I guess it's worth just relying on giggling, but what is this Sonya going to do?
Oh my god.
Or alternatively,
Oh my god.
should you just Valera? No, Sonya's too good. You can just get all the glacial shards or
All the glacial shards. All
get
the
your
Zolas.
Zolas back.
Get yours. Oh, this just completely solves the problem of how using the Zolas before Valera. Now he gets
Exactly.
scale hide. He gets scale hide back. He gets. He could just play these scale hides from his hand.
Oh yeah, you're gonna play all the scale hides, get healed back up to full, clear the board. Yeah, that's the plan. It's just scale hides are getting played here.
This is. I think this is just game.
Well, this has to get vanished, but even then, it can just get played right back. The Sonya and
This is insane.
yeah, Sonya was really the difference here.
Sonya is just an absolutely ridiculous card in this deck. Whoa, you've definitely got to kill that giggling event, right?
I would think so, yeah. Although as long as Sonya's safe. Well, Sonya's dead to any charger. Although the giggling would have to die for it. Any charger or rusher.
No, not with scale hide.
Yeah.
So
Wow, Lefty, how do you top that?
that was a disgusting turn.
Because if you vanish,
If you vanish, you just give
the last
Zolas
card
back.
the last card will get destroyed. So that'd be the Wax Elemental. The Zolas are there. Sonya's still there, and there's still one scale hide in hand. So any board you develop behind a vanish,
You
will
got
just
to
get
kill.
killed.
You got to kill Sonya before you vanish. Pop
Okay.
pop the bubble with the dagger, scale hide,
Yeah.
then kill Sonya with the novice engineer. Prep.
And then you could replay
Oh,
the Wax Elemental.
oh, this
after
turn
the
is
van.
horrible. I honestly don't know.
Sonya, no matter what, Sonya really does have to die, and you also have to heal. Bill is not playing Stone Tusk Boar. He's just not playing it.
Yeah.
So really, if Lefty could
Wait, what? Just not play anything else.
just ran out of time.
I guess so. There's got to be lethal here. The scale hide allows kill that, and then that's lethal. Yep.
Scale Hide gets 12 damage through, or 16.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's very
Lefty.
much
I
lethal.
think Lefty wanted, at the bare minimum, he wanted to play that Giggling Inventor out or something.
Yeah, I've got to think so.
So yeah, Bill's up 2-0. It's rough times for Lefty here.
Very, very much so.
Lefty, I think in theory Lefty should have been. I mean, they finished their quests about the same time.
It was
Lefty's
that Sonya.
playing boars. It
They-
was
they-
Sonya, yeah.
It was a very close matchup,
Sonya did too much.
and then Sonya just instantly won the game, which is kind of what Sonya does in the quest route.
That's what
She's
Sonya
just
does.
So powerful. When every minion is guaranteed to trade equally, Sonya
Yeah.
is just so powerful.
Yeah, she's pretty powerful in
At
general.
the best
but
of
yeah.
times, like
Yeah.
even if it's just like a boar, but when it's 4/4s into 4/4s, it's just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Things guaranteed to come back. Jeez.
So
Alright,
Lefty
Lefty's
is
still
sticking to the quest rogue.
Yeah.
Bill Snyder is on the death rattle hunt.
Hmm.
And
Houndmaster Shaw seems like a pretty good card against Quest Rogue.
I'd say Soundmaster Shaw seems like a pretty good card against.
It's not every day that you're keeping him. Oh, okay. Bill kept everything.
Really. Tracking and play dead are obviously. Spider Bomb and Houndmaster Shaw, though, I'm not so sure. Well, Lefty chooses to keep Quest and Mimic Pod and gets over to Brewmaster.
Yeah,
And
okay. Lefty will have things to work with here.
I got that
It all
Elven
depends on
Minstrel
what the
again.
Mimic Pod finds, because comboing the Elven won't happen till 5, unfortunately.
Mimic Pod into Acidic Swamp Ooze is probably not
Hey,
doing
there's a good
Lefty
card.
any favors. Yeah,
It was a good card to close the game out quickly.
yeah, very much so. So this is gonna be a dagger up.
Yeah.
Well, Bill Snyder's gonna play Careless Ethon too, like all good Hearthstone players.
Yep. Even found it off tracking.
Beautiful. Did discard a Terrascale Stalker, so that's not
Yeah.
the most ideal thing, but it's still not that bad. And let's see what Mimic Pod gets, I guess.
So there's really not much in the way of early cheap taunts, so you can poke down the Kelseth. Just play Mimic Pod for now. Yeah, no need to be prepping.
That's a lot of bounces.
Okay, so anything that you want to finish your quest with that you find, you can do it.
Oh
Probably
my
the
God.
Scalehide next turn. Oh, I thought the Kelseth would have gotten poked, but
Oh my
yeah,
God.
that's a little unfortunate, huh?
That's a really good cup.
Now we
draw.
start to get in the world where Lefty needs to find Glacial Shard or Vanish very quickly, but you would think that you do Vanish while you were also trying to complete your quest, so maybe...
Yeah. So he
like-
can Vicious Scalehide into Keleseth and pop it with the dagger, then Brewmaster it. Then the following time,
Yeah.
he can Scalehide, prep, Vanish.
Yep.
Be
Yep.
2 bounce quests, and then he'll have Scalehide, Brewmaster, Scalehide, complete the quest.
This is a very, very logical plan. And I think... Oh! Lefty's
And,
ignoring the Keleseth. He's just
and the
gonna
5/5.
vanish.
And he's just not going to do anything.
Yeah, the Scalehide Brewmaster just seems like there's nothing really wrong with that.
I don't like. This does not get him towards.
No.
And if he's not completing the quest, he's going to lose.
Taking a lot of damage.
And like the skill height would at least get him like a couple.
Mm-hmm.
Because now he is just like 1 turn behind.
So
It's-
Vanish certainly needs to happen now. And you
Yeah.
could do it. You could do it with the Novice.
It's just the previous turn is just a wasted turn essentially.
It was just a wasted turn. Something could have been done there, and yeah, like even the Brewmaster would have been behind there, and then maybe Bill would, I don't know, hit it with the egg and the candle shot or something.
Like, maybe he's feeling like maybe he's kind of thinking that he can't complete the quest with skill height.
Okay.
And that's one possible reason why he's taken as. That's something I very definitely disagree with, but
Yeah, because if you're vanishing, the double comes back at the cost of 5 mana, so you'll get the time back.
so we're gonna see the novice again.
Yeah. What? So is the Novice? It'll keep getting bounced here. It's gonna be used.
Yep, so he's making sure to play the which does not give any info.
Wax Elemental
What?
can potentially just soak up some damage here, although the Flanking Strike will.
The flank strike or
Oh, in fact, Houndmaster Keleseth, why not? Oh, I really like the Houndmaster Keleseth.
just because it looks cool.
It's because you just have the Houndmaster up. It's a really nice
Yeah.
benefit. 3/8 is not
Really
quite as,
big-
yeah.
Really being punished for not going with the scale hide route by just top decking the second scale hide. He would have gone
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. That would have been quest completion this turn if he had gone for that on turn 4.
Giggling Inventor to punish the Mossy. Oh, my god.
yeah. Okay,
That's such a big deal. That was a huge reason not to do the Mossy. Well, wow, I think that Shaw Keleseth play was just so...
But
Wow.
now this okay, so now Bill Snyder, if he's been paying attention, he knows that this is the same novice engineer which has been bounced. So
Oh, true.
flanking strike on that could really
True.
put a dent in Lefty's ability to complete the quest.
That's... Yeah, that was a risk that Lefty took by
It looks
going
like
for that giggling inventor, which the giggling was obviously very good. I think Bill's giving Lefty the benefit of the doubt and saying,
yeah.
okay, that novice got left there in a vulnerable position. I figured there's another novice at this point. And there's not.
And there isn't, which is crazy. So
But what's Lefty gonna do? It's not like there's a
yeah.
prep to finish. It'll have to be another
Whoa,
giggling.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Rip.
Whoa.
It's over.
What?
That other novice needs to be found. Or we need to start from scratch.
What?
Ouch.
Oh, he's trying to complete the quest giggling inventor. Now that
That's
he's seen-
expensive. Oh, well, okay, so there's the other giggling inventor. Wait, did he played the one that he drew rather than the one that he bounced. He should have played the one that he bounced. So now he's just gonna play giggling inventors.
I guess so.
There's another brewmaster. 2 gigglings have been played. So
He still needs one
just
more
needs one more
bounce.
bounce. And Shadow Step would be the best.
But how Monster Shores on the board? There's
Yeah. Oh, you can cube that bomb too. It's probably worth it.
well, the thing can hit in. There's just so many things that Bill Schneider can do in this position.
Yeah. I think flanking on the giggling could have even been a... Although I don't...
Oh,
Well, it
fair.
ended up dying anyway. This is so weird. Okay, so giggling, bounce the giggling. Vicious Scalehide does some work here, but you'd really like that after the quest is over.
Oh yeah.
Both
I
of
think,
them, you're down so low, you're gonna need them so badly.
Yeah, very, very much so. It's got to be
And-
giggling here, or you're dead.
And now the crazy thing about this Shaw... In fact, last turn, if the giggling had been played with the Shaw, could Bill have gotten through much more efficiently, I wonder? With rushing Annoyatrons to help?
That's a good question. I'd have to go back and look.
The Spider Bomb did go 2 for 1 there, though.
I'm not 100% sure. Get it?
Weird.
So this.
So
giggling
one more
event-
bounce.
Yeah. So this.
5 Devil Sword.
So the giggling inventor versus giggling inventor. The eternal battle.
That egg's a good pickup, though. It's cheap. It has some attack.
It has
You can
attack.
get through an
which is-
Annoyatron.
Yep. That's
Because
very
Keloseth
relevant.
got played twice.
Oh god, yeah, that's actually very relevant. The vanished Keloseth, and that was actually another reason to not play
maybe not.
approach the turn the way Lefty
Okay.
did. So
Here's prep, good for when the quest happens, but
prep
he's prepping the
pods.
Mimic Pod because he needs a bounce right now, or something, maybe even the second Vanish.
That does keep him alive, and that does
Okay.
allow him to complete the quest.
Oh yeah, you can play 2 Gigglings.
What the fuck is going on?
This is weird.
You cannot escape the shadow of death.
Wait,
Might as well let them do the trading. This is only letting them... I mean, it's about the same. Don't attack! You reveal yourself! Don't attack.
yeah, the attack would definitely questionable, shall we say? This 5/9.
Jeez.
That is 3 charge minions, and steady shot can of.
Alright, we can play another Valera. And I guess it's the thing to do.
or you can play double the Big Giggling Inventor.
Okay. And that'll take
That'll be the quest completion.
8 attacks to get through, and you can only get 7 minions on the board.
Yeah.
So you'll be safe. Unless there's Deathstalker Rexar.
Oh, yeah. That would be immeasurably bad for Lefty in this position.
Oh, wait. Both players had the double Mossy list.
That is true.
Bill.
But Lefty
Bill
is
has
very
double
aware.
Mossy Horror.
Yeah, he does, but it's not in hand, and Lefty knows that. It would have to be off the top. No, it's got to be Giggling Inventor.
Yeah.
To stay in this game. But what does this accomplish?
I don't know. Horrible off Mimic Pod, he says.
I mean, this accomplishes
No, but now,
literally
yeah,
nothing.
the gigglings are getting worse here because now,
Now you can just play more stuff.
in fact, oh, why not? Why not
He
play that?
chooses not to.
Katrina.
Interestingly. Okay, now it's got to be Giggling, right? You got to play this card at some point and complete this quest.
It's the only way you can get through. Yep, it's time for the gigglings. Oh, not Labracooter. Wait.
Oh, he's just lost.
There's 10 cards in the deck. That's not really that great. Okay, so we're gonna use these glacial shards off the shadow.
And still not complete the quest.
Oh yeah, giggling's gone.
There's Gigglings in the deck,
There's bounces.
but
Still.
this.
So close to the quest at all times, but not completing it. This
I
is
feel
like
like
some tragic, like some
Left-
movie where Lefty's the protagonist and he's just not achieving his goals, no matter how hard he tries. But
Lefty has changed.
the opportunities have been there though.
Lefty has changed the game plan, I think, 4 times this game.
So
You really
Cube on
need
the
to
egg
stick
is
to a
kind of
consistent.
nice.
You really need to stick to a consistent game plan with Quest
Yes.
Rogue, or you just don't win. And Lefty has demonstrated that admirably this game. It's just
Yeah,
this has just been how you don't play Quest Rogue.
I don't think finishing the quest with giggling
I
probably not been done. Oh, you gotta kill that giggling. You know it's part of. Oh no! It's not too late. You can still kill it. Quick. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Bill Schneider has this. He's got it. And that's
I think so.
4. And what do you know? Lefty's very unique approach to this game.
So yeah, Minstrel can find the giggling, but at that point it won't be something big is going to get through.
Yeah.
And it didn't even find the giggling.
Hey, we can.
Oh, it found
Reflect.
Sonya. Sonya can go with the glacial shards now, and you can play 3 of them.
How long can this go on?
So, okay, 3. Wait, no, you can only. There's only 2 mana.
Yeah, this is.
Should have frozen the cubes.
Oh, can.
Should
No,
have
it
frozen the cubes.
I mean, it doesn't make it. It doesn't make a difference. Does it?
9,
6,
12, plus hero power, yeah. Oh, the quest got complete with glacial shards. Oh, Lefty.
9. Yeah.
I'm not sure, Lefty. Maybe it's nerves, but either way, Lefty did get this far. I'm sure there's a lot to learn
Oh
from
yeah.
this series, and
Yeah. We I think we'll put that one down to nerves, but we just got to put that one down to just kind of inconsistent game plan, shall we say?
Yeah.
Like Lefty needed to identify target to complete the quest with, and stick to it, because he
Yes.
flip-flopped between it so many times through that game that